Hello, it says I'm live. Happy Friday, or Thursday here still, but it's Friday everywhere else, I think. Welcome to our live stream tonight to Experiences Volume 8. Where is everybody? Whew, I just got through eating some hot chicken. Whew. Jay-Fro, you didn't tell me that chicken was spicy. It had a kick to it. Can everybody hear me okay out there? Jay-Fro, how do we sound? Spicy. Oh, Linda with a Y. Joan Lee. It's nice to see you in here. Loud and clear. All right. Joan, what time is it where you are right now? And we have two Jones too, by the way. Kirsty with a K. I love you guys. Well, thank you for coming and into this special live stream tonight. I know Princess Lala wanted to say something to us tonight. 7:04 a.m. Wow. So you're just getting up. Have you had your cuppa yet? I got my cuppa right here. Hey, Joni. Joni Rotten. So, welcome to the party, Joni. I know when I first saw your name, I was like, Joni Loves Chachi. Do you remember that show? Like, it was a spinoff of Happy Days. Ooh, it snowed overnight, so second coffee. So we have England represented. We have Australia represented, and we have British Columbia coming in with our famous Princess Lala, aka Melissa Mouse. And if you guys have not checked out Princess Lala's YouTube channel, her name, she's in the chat, it's Melissa Mouse. That's her YouTube name. Okay. Let me see. Oh, it would help if I started our Zoom meeting, wouldn't it? Okay, now I'm going to move my picture over here. Okay. And
people are going to try to pile in there, so please just let Melissa in, please.
There we go. All right. Jayfrey, are you coming into Zoom or are you going to stay out of Zoom? And we are connecting with Princess Lala right now. So before we get started with our experiences tonight, I just want to say Hello and welcome to my Old Scrolls channel. If this is your first time watching, welcome. You have entered the experiences zone where we will be discussing people's experiences that are in our Soul Tribe family. Hey, how's it going, Princess Lala? Can you hear me? Princess Lala, can you hear me? This is your first time watching. Where we will discuss. Jafer, are you going to come in, or are you just monitoring from outside Zoom tonight?
Hi.
Hey, Princess Lala, how are you?
I'm just good. I'm just muting the video. I'm just trying
Okay,
to.
let me make me smaller here so we can see you properly. There we go.
There. I should sound okay now because I muted the.
Okay, yeah, good. You're looking
Remember
great.
the last time.
You're looking great tonight.
Thank you.
So good to see you, and thank you for joining me on this special broadcast tonight. It's my birthday in about 50 minutes. So
Cool.
Still 53, so that's good.
Oh yeah, you're the same time zone as I am.
Yeah. You're in British Columbia, right?
Yeah.
In Canada, eh?
I'm just up the hill from you.
Yeah, and so you survived the full moon like I did somehow?
Yeah.
It's been crazy. People have been acting strange. I don't know why. It must be the way the planets are aligned or something. I'm still trying to figure it out, but
I've actually been okay, but I've been sleeping, which is weird because usually I'm an insomniac.
oh, really?
So yeah.
I got some pretty good rest today too, which was good. It's been kind of a roller coaster of emotions for me.
Hi, Linda.
Uh,
I just saw him. Hello.
yeah, actually, that reminds me, I gotta pop. So before we get started, Princess Lala, I'm just gonna say something to our family.
I'm in the waiting room.
Oh, okay, let me add you in, Jayfro. Okay, let me bring Jayfro in. There you are. Aha. Okay, so if this is your first time watching, welcome to Old Scrolls. Here, we for the last 5 weeks, we've all been coming together as one big family reunion. It seems, with people from all over the world. Mostly, they found me on the after my interview with the Jeff Mara podcast. So thanks to Jeff and Mara for having me on and for allowing us to all connect. It's been pretty amazing. And that's how I found Princess Lala, and that's how she found me. We all connected. It seems like at an earlier time, either in a previous parallel life or something, we all agreed to meet on this podcast. It's the way it all came together was pretty amazing. And what's that? What happened? Princess Lala, what happened?
Oh, it was kind of glitching out a little bit, but I can hear you still, so that's okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's been an amazing journey. I haven't even started my language portion of this channel yet. I wasn't meant to yet, but I think I'm finally going to get there soon. It's just that I wasn't expecting this big family reunion that's happened.
Thank you, Joni.
I didn't expect this big family reunion from happening, and I had to reorganize everything that I had planned for this new adventure that I didn't know I was going to go down, or I was going to go on. And it seems like we all came together for something higher and bigger in purpose, and it became quite clear that a lot of people that came together in this time frame wanted to know about astral projection. So that's what I did. I kind of shifted gears and I said, okay, I think we all were meant to learn astral projection for a reason, because everybody seems to want to know how to do that. Even though after my first interview, I don't think that was kind of a big topic during my first interview. Only in my second interview, I talked about my astral travel. So that's kind of where I started shifting gears a little bit. And my focus, where to put my focus. And it was also clear that a lot of us, or most of us, I would say, maybe if not all of us, that have come together around this channel have gone through some major massive trauma in their life. And it was quite clear that a lot of people needed to have a safe place to come and, vent all these traumas and get rid of all this negative karma in their life. And, it seems like that's been a major purpose of us coming together too, is to heal. So most of my time so far has been helping people heal. And teaching astral projection. And once I started learning that we all had all these synchronicities coming together all at once, I realized that we all have some amazing stories and have had some amazing experiences in our life. So I wanted to create this series, which I had never planned to do. And this has become my main series as of late. But on top of all this healing and astral projection learning, and there's a lot of our family who doesn't know. They're just getting started on their spiritual journey. So I've kind of had to slow things down like I normally wanted to anyway. And we wanted to focus on, teaching spiritual 101 kind of thing in the midst of all this. And also I had to learn a new video editor. I had to learn DaVinci Resolve. I chose to use. So I'm pretty much up to speed on that, and editing is going good. All these live streams, I'm editing down, just to have the main content of the videos and putting them in our Fastlane folder for everybody's view and enjoyment. And that way you don't have to listen to 4 hours of the stream. I'm cutting them down to like an hour, a little bit over an hour. So I wanted to let you all know kind of where this ship is steering. I know some people might wonder if I have a plan in place, but I keep having to shift my plan as we go, and I'm trying to do the best I can on figuring out where we're supposed to go and what we're supposed to do together. And that's still a work in progress, and so just bear with me. I'm doing the best I can, and I will get to the language portion, which is one of my favorite subjects. And in the meantime, just please understand that I'm doing the best I can, and please know that I'm trying the best to steer us in the right direction. And if you feel that I'm not steering us in the right direction, let me know and give me some ideas on how you think we should be going. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep doing the best I can, and I have a central point of view on all this, and it's pretty amazing how we're all coming together and how we're all meant to. We're all here for something bigger than we are. It's something we all came together to do, and I'm not sure exactly what all these things are, but some things are becoming clear. We're here to I'm not sure exactly yet, but it's going to help the world. We're going to be helping the world in some way.
Yeah.
I've heard things like shifting timelines and things like this. I'm still trying to get wrap my mind around all this because it's pretty surreal. And so while we do that, just enjoy. Don't. I want everybody to know this is not some kind of this journey we're going on is not something that is going to be rushed. No, I don't want anybody to feel like they're being left behind because there's a lot of knowledge to be gained, and not everybody is at this on the same level spiritually, and I get that. So, so just ask as many questions as you can every day until things start making sense to you, and then you can learn at your own speed, and don't feel like you're being left behind or you're not getting it or things like that. Because I've had people tell me in our family that they feel like they're not getting it and they feel kind of bad, and so just know that this is not a race. It's not anything like that. We're all meant to come together for a lot of reasons, and maybe some people are meant to have different reasons than other people. Some people might be here for just a few things, and then they go on to their next journey. There could be lots of things like that going on, so we don't know that. But anyway, also, if you haven't joined our group yet, our Facebook group, that's where we meet every day, all hours of the day, all hours of the night. And we learn. We learn about everything spiritual, paranormal, things that we can't explain. We're trying to learn as much knowledge as we can to help us grow the best way we can spiritually. And that's exciting. So, in addition to the content you see on this channel, it would really be awesome if you would join us at our Facebook group. It's Game of Scrolls. On Facebook groups, Game of Scrolls, and there'll be a link in the description of this video as well. So please come and meet your new family, and you'll be able to learn all these things with us. It's pretty exciting. So anyway, with all that out of the way, thank you all for your birthday wishes. And I really appreciate you joining me tonight. And the first person that's going to share her experiences with us tonight is Princess Lala. That's how I was introduced to her, but her YouTube channel is Melissa Mouse. And if you haven't seen the last volume 7, she spoke to us and told us a little bit about her background. So that was really fascinating. So if you haven't seen that episode, please go back and watch that episode. And but anyway, Melissa, how are you?
I'm good.
Sorry, that was a long introduction.
That's okay.
I just wanted to air out some of my feelings.
I just wanted to say that you're doing a totally awesome job, and it doesn't bother anyone going on for 3 or 4 hours, because then we sleep with it on, and then I wake up and I turn it back on again. So sometimes I'll go through the live stream and then have it on 2 times while I'm sleeping. So like
a lot of people have told me that, it's
yeah,
kind of
and I actually skip videos that are too short because I feel like it's wasting my time, and I want to just get right into a video. I don't want to watch something that's too short. So
cool.
Yeah, it's a good positive way to spend our time is in these high frequency with each other, right? So
I agree.
Yeah, so nobody thinks it's too long. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, it's just in the beginning I have people all the time to tell me, you're never going to get viewers if you have your videos too long. But these things are not your average video. These are about life experiences and people sharing deep experiences with each other, and we're trying to find out how we're all connected to each other. And, that's important. And so this is not your run-of-the-mill type of video you're watching right now if you're new here. And but yeah, I appreciate that feedback. That means a lot because it tells me I'm sort of on the right track.
Yeah, it's better to just go with the flow, never be hard on yourself, and just let things happen. Because if you
Yeah.
cut yourself off or you feel rushed, then some of the magic
Mm,
might not just flow out, right?
yeah, I know. It's we actually had a few of our families that left recently, and I don't understand why. Um, I don't know. So that kind of makes me kind of sad because I don't know. I want to correct something, but I don't know what to correct. So I'm trying to figure out what if I was
Well,
doing something
it's never
wrong.
never
or
about you. It's always about them, and maybe they'll come back. Maybe they're just
yeah.
going through stuff, and it's never anything about you.
Well, I
Like
hope
I had to
not.
learn that.
But
I had to learn that in my life.
yeah. But I think it's a human thing to feel like you're
Yeah.
responsible because this is something I created. And I want everybody to be happy and love each other, and just be vibrating at the highest possible frequency you can be at. And if people don't find this to be useful, it makes me feel bad because I want this. I want everybody to be happy and have
Yeah,
success.
it's
And
understandable, but there's always going to be one or two, right? And you can never take it personally. It's
mm,
never personal. They may come back. They
mm,
may have so many other things going on in life, right? Or they might be insecure, still have that fear of man or something. So
mm,
just,
yeah,
just keep them in your thoughts in a peaceful way. That it's not you, it's them.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
because
I
I've had
know.
people years later come to me and say, I'm so sorry that I did this or I did that, but I was scared of this other person, or they were insecure about something. And then they were always so glad that I left things open for them, and I never took it personally. I just let them go and let them come back.
Okay. All right. Well, I will keep that in mind. Believe me. Yeah. So today's been a really. If you notice, I don't seem my happy, normal self as usual. It's just because I'm sad because so many people that were close to me left, and they didn't say why. And
Maybe it's just Facebook that they left.
no, because some one person that was very close to me, our Ivan, said that he wasn't so sure he liked the direction we were going in, and so that's what I mean by steering the ship in the right direction. I don't know what direction I'm going in because I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm just going where I can. I can only do so much, and I don't know what he meant by that. So I'm trying to figure it
Well, I
out.
know a lot of people, maybe it could be just he doesn't like chat rooms or something. I know a lot of people just don't like chat.
I don't
And
know.
so
I
they
can't
might
figure it
leave
out. If
too many notifications or something.
he
You never
was,
know.
yeah, he was so gung ho on everything we were doing and we were learning and everything. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I'm still trying to ponder why, but I just keep coming back to the same spot. Like I don't doesn't make any sense. That's why I kind of made a post I did in our group the other day about the full moon because it seemed like people were
Oh,
making these
yeah.
crazy decisions, and I didn't understand why they were saying the things they were saying, or you know,
Maybe it was the full
I don't
moon.
know. I don't know. We also don't know how many angels are involved in all this either. It seems like certain people, like Samba, for example, he's been gone for 2.5 weeks now, and he was one of our mentors, and then he just disappeared. And I always said he was an angel, but I was sort of half kidding, but really, he seemed like an angel to me. Um, but he didn't even tell anybody goodbye. He just disappeared. So I hope he comes back because he was like part of the life force of our group in the beginning. When we first started meeting. So, but I understand we're going to go through some growing pains and things as we go, and this is all uncharted territory, right?
Yeah.
This is all uncharted territory. I have no idea where we're headed exactly. So all I can do is just, share what I know, help facilitate learning. I'm going to be learning right along with you guys on most of the stuff. But in the beginning, I'm going to teach you what I know. That way, it's easy to do that because I know some things. And for those of you who are in their infancy, it's easy for me to do that. But eventually, we're gonna get on topics that I don't know, and we're actually coming up on one right now that I'm trying to explore and manifesting. I want us all to learn how to manifest things properly. So I've been meeting in a room the last few nights just to get people's ideas of how to manifest things that we're going to need going forward in our lives. And, I want to manifest healing and all types of things that I've never really tried to manifest before. But I know we're all creators, So anyway, thanks for venting with me or listening to me vent, because I needed to do that tonight.
And if I can break in just before you get started, my princess, there's been a Samba sighting. Look in the chat.
Really?
And check your messenger for a second when you get a chance.
Okay. There's been a Samba sighting. I haven't heard about that.
Joni says changing of the guard.
Who said that?
Joni said, I had a channel doing streams for 3 years now, and I've seen it all. What you're dealing with is totally normal, and she calls it the changing of the guard.
Oh, changing of the guard. Yeah, I've seen it happen too, but,
That was a quick change.
Yeah, quick changing, I guess. But yeah, that's another thing. It's kind of, you really don't want a changing of the guard, really, sometimes. Sometimes it's necessary. Like in my professional career, I was a manager for a lot of years, and I've seen plenty of changing of the guards, and I've been in the changing of the guards. Like my last company that became a big publicly traded company after they bought us out, they fired everybody in my department and promoted me to a management position. So I've been there. I've seen that happen real time. But I didn't expect to have that in this channel like that. But I don't know. I would like to know why, what direction some of them thought I was going in that they didn't like, or so I could get better and improve, So
Yeah.
anyway.
Maybe it was the full moon, and I do know a lot of people don't like Facebook chats. I know that. That's all I can think of, because it gives you so many notifications. Because I used to have a group, and then I told everyone, well, turn off your notifications. And then that helped a lot, because I have gone through that in the past with Facebook chats. Because it's like every 2 seconds sometimes, like bing, 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 bing. And then, and they weren't mad at me, so I just put it on my page instead of into the group chat, but I wanted a bit more private, so some of my posts I only were for the people that I wanted to come to the beach or whatever I was organizing, karaoke, so that everyone wasn't getting so frustrated about the chat going off all day whenever I was trying to organize some sort of outing.
Yeah. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to take up talking time for you, Princess.
Oh, that's okay.
Because people are coming to hear experiences, but this is my experience. It's all of our experience, and I want to make sure our experiences keep going in a positive direction. I don't want to have some people have positive experiences and others have negative experiences. I want everybody to benefit from this family, this soul tribe that is coming together, and when it doesn't goes smoothly, I guess I get kind of take it personally, you know.
That's the empath problem. We all have that problem.
Yeah, I guess it's something I'll have to get used to in this
Yeah,
case,
it is.
because I guess when you're dealing with souls and it's different than work, right? I'm not dealing with salaries and stuff like that. Souls are more personal. You know, when you make a soul connection, it's a lot. It's a lot more personal.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little heartache, an ache in the heart. Yeah, I know that.
So
I know
anyway,
that feeling. I wanted to ask you a question, just out of curiosity. Um, when was your NDE? Just a
February
year.
9th, 2011, I think, or no, 12. I think it was 12 because
Okay.
because it had to be 12 because my dad passed away that November.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Oh, I was just curious because that video that I sent you the other day was May 14th, 2009. So
Ooh,
I was just
well,
wondering if that was significant because I felt like I just had to like put myself out there for some reason.
no,
And
that's
I
very
just,
important. No,
yeah.
dates have become important in this journey. I found. Um, so I got the whole way these surgeries started for me was it started on July 25th, 2008. You remember I just said
Okay.
my company got bought by big public company. A big bank bought us, and they did it on April Fool's Day, 2008. That's how I know. I remember when it
Wow.
happened. I know. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They bought us on April Fool's Day. That's when they came and fired a lot of people, and we nobody knew about it really. I mean, we kind of knew that there was something wasn't going right because they withheld like a paycheck from us.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
in my case it was catastrophic because I had to refinance my house. I had to trade my car in and all kinds of crazy things just to get around that because I had to pay child support on top of all that. And when you
Ooh.
don't get a paycheck and you're in that kind of position and you're counting on each paycheck, it can mean it can make or break you sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even getting the paycheck's not enough half the time. So
Yeah,
missing one is like, what?
yeah, right. It wasn't just me; it was the whole company. Can you imagine? And
Ooh,
the reason they did that was because they had to buy another company to make the deal sweeter for the bigger company that we rolled into. So, yeah, it took everybody by surprise. But well, I made it through all that, but I was sick the whole time that was all going on. You know, it made it harder. Um, and I remember I used to sit in the parking lot every morning and just cry in my car because I was in so much pain. And but I just every day I found some way to make it into work. You know. But I always prayed for God to take my life because I couldn't stand that pain anymore. And I kind of choked up just thinking about that. But anyway, maybe the full moon is making me extra sensitive tonight too.
Yeah, I think so.
Um, but yeah, so the show has to go on, and we're gonna be fine. Everybody I've talked to today seems to be happy, and they seem to be on the same page, and we're just gonna keep learning and having fun together, and see where this goes. That's all we can do, right? Just try our best and move forward.
Yes.
So, tell us a story, Princess Lala. I want to. Maybe you want to continue where you left off last time, or it could be a new story, or what are you
And
thinking?
I was just curious how the synchronicities Did you watch that video that I sent? It was just a 1 minute clip, and I was not discreet that I knew someone was looking for me. I thought I was being discreet, but I was like, "Hi, this is me. We're normal. We're just normal people. There's nothing going on here. Just normal."
Wait,
And
the video. Wait, no. Which synchronicity video are you talking about?
oh, the one that it wasn't sync. I was just the one where I was quite obviously knew somebody was looking, but I thought I was being discreet. That watching it now, I realized I wasn't being discreet at all.
Oh.
It was
Oh.
so silly.
Oh. You mean? So, what? Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Yeah, it
Did
was
you
kind of like
did you send me something recently?
yeah, oh maybe you didn't watch it yet. And I said this is hilarious, it'll make you laugh because it was
Oh.
from 2009. I thought it was
Oh.
being discreet, and it might as well have said help, I'm being held hostage in a Chinese cookie factory. In it,
No. I have.
I might as well have said that.
Oh, you said synchronicity, no coincidence. Now, I've seen the synchronicity video that one of our new members, who was also on the Jeff Marr podcast, Rochelle, she did a video on synchronicities. But I see now that you sent me this, um, and no, you sent me this yesterday.
I think so, yeah. It was just,
Yeah.
I just thought it was hilarious how while I was recording it, I thought I was being discreet. And then 10 years later, 14 years later, watching it, I could see how I was not discreet at all. Yeah.
Well, we could always play it on here, or
If you want, it's just a minute video, but it's very obvious that I was trying to show someone I'm here, but without looking like I'm trying to say that, because I just had one of my NDEs around that time. And when they came out of it, I was trying to
this
say,
is interesting.
hello, here I am.
Okay, so you say it was May 13th, 2009? Is it?
May
Is that right?
14th.
May 14th. Okay,
Yeah, May 14th,
so
2009.
my second surgery.
Oh, running out of time, it says.
1 year at a time. What?
Oh, the Zoom thing says running out of time.
Oh yeah. Here, let me start. Yeah, it's gonna run out. Let me start a new one. Okay, you can come back
Okay.
in. All right, give me a second here. Okay, starting a new one right now. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me tonight. It's been kind of an emotional day for me. I didn't want to bring anybody down, you know. Especially on a day like this. Okay. So is Samba here? What's the latest, J Fro? Did he show up? Is he back? Okay, I got a new room. Love you too, Linda with a Y. Did I lose everybody? What's going on here? No, I still have an internet connection. you can hear me, throw a heart in the chat.
Phew.
Oh, you made a massive error. Uh-oh. You got us all excited for nothing, Joan.
Oh,
No. No, say it's not so.
I know, right? Oh, well.
Oh, that would have been so awesome. That would have been the best birthday present ever tonight. Linda. Okay. Still waiting for Princess Lala to come back in.
Oh, okay.
One day we'll have a licensed copy of Zoom. And
One day.
One day. Un dia. Oh no, Joan, don't be sad. He's I wish you could have met him. If he ever comes back, I wish you could have met him. I swear he's an angel. And he came to help us. If he never comes back, it's obvious why he was here. And he taught us, every one of us, something that we needed to hear at the time to get all this in motion in the right direction.
True.
I think I can speak for everybody when I say that. So anytime you want to remember Samba, just let me know. I can do a pretty mean impersonation.
You are Samba.
I am, after all, I am Samba. He always
Right.
he always used to ask me that question. He goes, "Mark, who are you?" And I said, "I am Samba." Right.
Oh,
I miss him.
memories.
Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Princess Lala is rejoining. Now that makes sense. So I think we had Joni and Joan. Both of you were in Samba's chat room today, if I remember right. I saw that and I was like, I thought I had seen Samba too, but I saw it was just the Jones. And I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, how can two Jones get lost in Samba's chat room? How can they wind up? How can they both wind up there? I thought that was pretty cool.
Tale of Two Jones.
Yeah.
There she is.
All right. Welcome back. Oh, hey, TT Cutie. Cutie Pie. TT Cutie Pie. Welcome to the party. Now,
Tommy.
Tommy.
Connie.
Connie.
Tawny.
Oh, that's right, Tawny. Yes, that's right. Tawny is TT Cutie. Yeah, that's right. And Tawny, you were from, don't tell me, were you from Wyoming, if I remember right? I want to say Wyoming for some reason. So this is going to test my memory. Let's see if I got it right. So, Princess Lala, tell me a little bit about that date and why you said that. And I'll watch it later.
Oh, okay. Is the thing back on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Yeah.
but we don't see you.
Okay.
There you are.
All right. Hi.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, because that was when I just had one of my NDEs, and I came back knowing that somebody was out there, so I was trying to start putting the signal out discreetly, but not discreet at all. Like I'm like that. I might as well be a dog playing poker, and then my tail starts wagging when I have good hands. You know? Yeah.
Idaho.
So.
I was close. Idaho. That's right. Tawny's from Idaho.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I had three surgeries in that time frame you're speaking of. but
Okay.
none of them are indies that I know of. But the big one was coming 2 years after that.
Okay.
But does that date mean anything to me? The 14th of May. I have to go back and see. I have to go back and. Well, I was definitely in a world of hurt on that day. I can pretty much guarantee that. Because after the first surgery, they removed my appendix, thinking I had appendicitis because I was showing symptoms of that. And they said your appendix was really inflamed, but so was the rest of your insides. So we don't think it was your appendix. So then they took out my gallbladder, and then the surgeon was like,
Oh.
I don't really think it was your gallbladder either. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? Keep removing things from me until better? I mean, what is going on here? I thought we had better diagnostics than that. But when I got diagnosed with Lyme disease, a lot of doctors later, I found out that Lyme disease actually mimics all these things. It's called the Great Imitator. So so yeah. But anyway, you just gotta shake your head. That's how all this started. It's just a nightmare. And then, just imagine losing 14 years of your life.
My computer's going crazy.
Princess Lala, are you there?
What is going?
I could hear you for a second.
Oh, we dropped her.
She'll be back. Does anybody else want to come in and tell their story tonight? Tell us a story? Anything. It can be.
We do have Kirsty on deck. I'm not sure if she's ready right this minute, but there's Kirsty that plans to come in, and I'm hoping Susie, we were talking to yesterday, will turn up. Although I haven't.
Is Susie in the chat yet?
Oh, Susie! Come out wherever you go.
Yeah, we met Susie last night, and I created a room, and we were talking about. We were learning things about all kinds of things last night. We were talking about manifesting, learning the 369 methods. I wanted to do a video last night or today, but I've held off because I want us to do it right. I want there seems to be a million different flavors on how people manifest things, or how they go about it. You know, there seems to be a lot of similarities between these steps, but I want to make sure I get the right steps down for us.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It locked you out. Oh, no. Your computer locked you out.
What? Rude.
Yeah. Okay, so while you figure that out, Princess Lala, we can talk to Kirsty, but I don't see her in the waiting room yet.
I'm not sure she's quite ready yet, but probably any minute here. Why don't you? Yeah. What about those manifestation and the video? Is that what you were about to talk about? The video?
Yeah. So, well, you know, I know about Nikola Tesla and how he was so infatuated with the 369 his whole life. Right. I guess ever since he found out about the power of 369, well, we've learned about it in our group, and so I wanted to manifest doing it like he used to, because not necessarily everything he did, because like whenever he walked into the house or any kind of building or structure, he used to walk around it 3 times, and then he went in.
Oh, that's a lot of walking.
Yeah, so he did a lot of that, which I don't think is necessary. But I wonder how that worked for him. Like, how did he compare that with just going in a building right away? I mean,
right, especially considering kind of the way the end of his life was. It must have been hard for him. And like, how did it get like that. I mean, obviously there were bad actors like Westinghouse and Edison and the powers that be that thought he was not. They stopped him from making the contribution he wanted to. So where was the buoyancy in that system for him, especially at the end when he really needed some? I wonder about that.
Well, we've already seen how 9 controls all the numbers and things like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
9 is like the number that's outside of our reality somehow. I haven't figured that one out yet, but it has something to do with the 5. So last night we learned about the 5 platonic solids, and then the 6th one is the ether, or the 5th one is the ether. But there's a 6th and 7th one, it looks like, which I'm still trying to get to the bottom of. But every element on the periodic table of elements has one of these 5 shapes. But it seems like in school they only teach you the 4 things: the water, earth, fire, and water. Or air. Did I say air?
Air.
Earth, air, water, fire. Those are the 4.
Wasn't that a band?
Elements.
I think that was a band.
Yeah. And each of these things is associated with one of these platonic solids, which is pretty cool. But the one they don't teach you about is the ether in school. They don't teach that shape, or at least they don't teach you how it's related to other dimensions.
No, it's like you learn about the word ether when you learn about when chloroform was used as an anesthesia or something like that. Like they don't really talk about it in a spiritual sense at all.
Yeah. Manifestation can be tricky. I know what they say, all those motivational speaker people, but there's a dark side to that manifestation people don't consider. Okay, Joni, you're going to be our manifestation mentor. Teach us how to stay away from the dark side. We don't want the dark side. That brings me to another point while we're waiting on Princess Lala or whoever to come in here. So one of our members who left, very close friend of mine that I was developing a relationship with, she said that we weren't being too serious to her taste. She thought we were like being like too much like little kids calling. So I wanted to let everybody know that's exactly what I want you to do. I want to bring out the child in you, but not, in the sense that the magical part of us is when we're a child. There's something about that. I even think it mentions something in the Bible about that. The child in us is always there. And I think that is the creator part of us, the pure creator part. And we also kind of joked about it last night because it seems like me and others I talked to last night, I seem to have done all the worst things I can imagine when I was a kid. So, but when I wasn't doing bad things, I guess I was pure at some level, but we always think there's a magic in Christmas and stuff when we're kids, and we have that. I don't know how to explain that, but it seems like when you're free of all this trauma in your life and you get it all off your chest and you forgive and love everybody unconditionally and your spirit is free, it's like you're a little kid again.
Yeah.
It feels like, you feel like so free, and I can see it in all of you that have made these transitions in the last few weeks. It makes me smile so much. Okay, we got Princess Lala back.
Well, hey, just a second. Let me just say one thing, because it's almost midnight, and your family would like you to let everybody into the Zoom that's in the waiting room right now, or will be in the next few minutes right now. It's time to come in, people. Come on in.
Oh, no. Are you doing like a rating party on me?
Hello?
Hello. Welcome.
Oh, there. Finally, I can hear you.
Yay. Yeah.
I had to turn everything off of my
Yeah, what happened?
My computer doesn't want to have YouTube at the same time as the Zoom. Because it's just a really cheap little laptop. So I've got you guys on the phone now, and then just the Zoom on the computer.
I dropped something here, sorry.
Oops.
So people are coming in here. I don't see anybody yet. So Princess Lala, some people are supposed to come in the Zoom with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel bad. I kind of screwed it up. I've been trying, but my computer. But next time I will learn. Don't put YouTube on my computer. I'll put the YouTube on the phone and Zoom on the computer.
Okay, so while we're waiting on people to come in here, there's Kirsty with a K. Tell me more about this request. So you came back from an ND. Can you tell us about the ND? Is it too long?
Yeah, probably too long.
Kirsty,
oh, there's Kirsty. Hi.
Oh, are you live from the pyramid room?
No.
Kirsty has a. Oh, you got a hat on. Uh-oh. Yeah. Kirsty has a pyramid room.
We're going to pyramid room. Oops, wrong part. Wrong light.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the pyramid. There it is. Oh, yes. Now I feel better.
You should both. Yeah, you should put Kirsty on.
No. You go first, Lala.
Oh, I've been on here for long enough.
I haven't.
I think you know what to start now.
That was some of your pretty pictures. Come on now, you know you wanna. Happy birthday to Mark.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to Mark. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah, champagne.
Awesome. Uh-oh, champagne. Wow.
Happy champagne.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
We also have a sec.
So cheers.
Oh, wow.
Candles.
Look at this.
My video. And
what is this?
I don't know if I can do this.
Happy birthday.
You guys are awesome. Sparklers. Oh, you guys are awesome. Oh, what happened?
Where's everybody else?
All right, we got to make a wish.
Happy birthday.
Make a wish. It's your birthday.
I didn't even light your candle.
Oh, I love these things. They smell kind of neat.
You guys are so awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, how can I blow that out?
That way, come on, Sam.
Can I make a wish?
Where's the candle at?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. And cheers.
Oh, wait, they came back. These are trick candles. Look at that. Trick candles.
They're good.
Yeah, they went out this time.
I bought heaps for everybody. Everyone can have a cup.
Ooh, that looks good. Wow.
Good cupcakes and boy cupcakes.
Oh, no, thank you.
I'm out.
It says happy birthday.
Back to life.
That's awesome. Thank you guys. What is this?
There's a whole bunch of people. Where's everyone?
That's right.
Oh, wait.
Everybody else get on there.
There's people coming. They just joined.
Okay. We've been waiting all day to do that.
I know. Oh, thank you. I had no idea you guys had that planned.
Yeah, I had Miss
That's so
Champagne sitting here
cool.
waiting. I was just waiting to go
Wow.
poop.
This is
And look at
awesome.
Lala's out in the
This is the
sky.
best birthday ever.
Woohoo! Beautiful. There you go again. Beautiful.
It's always Lala in the sky around here.
Oh, wow. Look at that. So your sun's just going down there then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's always so beautiful there.
Now,
This is where you belong, Lala.
how good does your solar panels help you?
Oh, they're brilliant.
Like, how much of your...
You don't pay any power bill.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Charles,
That's-
you know,
that's
go near the
amazing.
road.
You heard that, J-Fro? She says she doesn't have a power
Oh,
bill
yeah.
for solar panels.
Yeah, they're worthwhile. Definitely.
Yeah. How long have you had them for?
Oh, years.
Ah,
Many years.
really?
I had them upgraded and new ones put on, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, worn them out a few times.
Oh, there's Charles.
Of course, King Charles,
Mhm.
the black
Charles.
dog.
Yeah, that's Charles. And then Tofu's the white dog in the distance.
Yeah.
There.
Well, over.
Oh, there's Tofu right there.
Yeah.
Tofu.
I love when
Wow.
Christy's on. She just cheers up everybody. Like, woohoo!
I know.
Christy!"
See, she definitely has the little kid working in her. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Well, look at this guy. It brings out the kid in me.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like Lala's paintings, you know?
Mhm.
Aww.
It's beautiful.
So beautiful. I wish we could all just fly there.
You
I
will.
need to win the lottery. Yeah.
And
I
then we'll get
know.
swimming in the ocean.
Yeah,
the streams.
I can't wait. I've seen us all like learning stuff in the pyramid room before. I've seen that
You
vision.
guys will be here soon, I think. It's a strange feeling, you know?
I know. It's
We've just got more to learn, I think. You know?
It does feel like a reunion. That's
It
the
does.
neat
It does,
thing.
huh?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And
Very much.
there's so many people here that haven't joined us on Facebook yet on our group. That you guys need to come out because we do this every
Yeah.
night. We're so
I want to hear everybody's story.
Yeah.
Oh, puppy dog's back
yes.
here.
I know a lot of you are
Won't have
shy
to
out.
run, guys.
I know a lot of you are shy out there, and I get it. You know.
Back here.
But this is a non-judgmental zone here, and you can feel free. You can feel free to tell your story and not feel like people are gonna think you're crazy or. I mean, look at my story. Good Lord.
Your story is like so perfectly just in sync, lined up. Everything you said, I was just like practically could talk at the same time as you. You're so
Wow.
perfectly said. Everything was
Like
exactly
with
right.
your NDE?
Yeah, there was like no conflict at all. I was just like, yes, he's the one that's saying every single thing, and the messages I heard, everything. I was just like, wow.
So we haven't
Wow.
even compared those notes yet. We have to compare those notes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, like
important.
everything you said, I was just like, bing, yes, 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 yes. Like if you see the Jeff Mara podcast, a lot of times I go in there and I'm just like, nope, that sounds like a drug overdose, or that sounds like this,
A
or
drug
that sounds
overdose.
like that. Well, a lot of them are, and they think they had NDEs, but they didn't. But yours was
Right.
so accurate. I was like, this is everything he says is exactly like I could have just been talking in synchronicity with you. It was so on par with everything.
Yeah. It was definitely a wild experience that I'll never forget. And you guys only know that, as you know, if you were like me, you were gone a long time, and it's going to take I still have things coming in from that are filtering in from that experience. You know?
Yeah.
And it gets kind of, now that it's been a decade, it's still not long enough to process it all. You know, I may never get to process all of it in this lifetime, but at least I know what's going on while we're living this life, and there's no going back. I can't take it all back. We don't have one of those little devices like on Men in Black where you can just zap your brain.
A flashy thing.
Yeah, flashy things, right?
Yeah, but remember, the future is so good that it doesn't matter. We're only going forward, and like everyone's gonna get younger. We're all gonna get so healthy. We're all gonna get younger. We're moving out of this whole baloney land that we're in. So
right.
So it's okay. There's nothing but better.
Linda, you're here in Zoom, but I can't see you. If you say something, we might be able to hear you.
I can't hear me.
There you are. Now I can hear you.
Oh, hallelujah. I missed it all.
Oh my God. There you are. Mwah.
I thought you guys were going to wait for me.
I thought everybody was here because when Christy came with the hat on and the cake, I was like, oh, okay. So I opened the champagne because I thought it was time.
That's okay. No, it was perfect because
Let's go again, Linda.
Just your
let's go, Linda.
Oh no.
That sounds good.
I have one more of these.
Oh yeah, we can light the trick candles again.
I got another one.
Nice.
Did you find one?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can light the
Okay, where's Linda? We gotta see hers.
I'm here. Oh, good job.
Oh, you guys are awesome. Linda got my favorite. You got chocolate. Chocolate's my favorite. That's awesome.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, girls.
I really do like the smell of these.
Joan, we want to hear you too, you know.
Yeah, I want to see your cakes, Johnny.
I'm trying to get a word in, everybody's listening.
There you are.
We're pushing tushies, okay?
Well, I've got a party hat on, but you can't see me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you don't have a camera right now.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for coming and doing that.
I like that we've got
so
two Jonies.
Awesome. I know we have two Jonies. Yeah.
I love it.
Now, Joan, you're from Manchester, right? You're the one I met last night, or not?
When are you coming on, Joni? Yeah, that is Manchester, Joan.
Joan Lee.
Joan Lee.
Yeah.
You're from Manchester, right? You were talking with us for a long time last night. Now, the other Joni is...
The Joni twins.
Yeah, the other Joni we were talking to the other day.
Now, John, yeah, and then Joni's not so fast.
Yeah. Or Joni Rotten.
Joni Rotten, yeah, I saw that. I was like, what? Well, thank you all for coming and celebrating my birthday with me. That's so amazing. I needed to cheer up too. I was pretty
Come
down.
out of the closet.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a bite of this. This is a mystery thing to me. I don't know if you guys.
I hope you all forgive me for my big error this morning, Samba.
See if you guys. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know if you guys. I don't have my candles going.
You got us all excited.
I taxed him to come on here, but it didn't happen.
And Miss Victoria stayed up all night, or most of the night, waiting to celebrate your birthday. She had cakes as well and a bottle of wine.
Oh, yeah, and she fell asleep. I forgot.
Did she?
Yeah, we were waiting all day.
We had a
no
party all
idea.
day in your honor, Mark.
Oh, I had no idea.
Us girls hung out together.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
so
asleep, so
cool.
that was good that you didn't wake me up.
The angel J-Fro went to work.
Oh, no.
Worked her magic.
My pleasure.
No, you're the best, J-Fro. Thank you.
She
My
is
pleasure.
the best.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's good.
Yeah. Because the vibes this afternoon, I think we were all so excited. We all had each other amped up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was wondering why, because it's like, am I the only one that doesn't know what's going on here.
You were.
Actually,
I was
People were
worried.
looking for cake and cookies and candles.
Oh wow! And I'm sitting here and I'm worried
Yeah,
about people that
sparklers.
are leaving. You know, that's what was on my mind all day.
And we're like, yeah, nah.
I forgot.
he
all
was
about
so
it was my
grouchy
birthday.
earlier. I'm just like trying not to say anything.
You'll love it.
I came here a couple of nights ago, didn't we, Kirsty? And we were so excited about doing this.
Mm-hmm. Bouncing out of our skin all day.
That's awesome.
It's fun. I've run around to nearly every shop in this town asking sparklers.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Everybody
outlawed in my
wanted them.
town. They're outlawed here because of the fires we've had over the years. Couldn't
Mhm.
find any. I had to get candles.
Oh no! Wow.
I
That's
looked for my
awesome.
sparklers all day. I finally found them like an hour ago.
Yay!
That's awesome,
Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
only
Yeah.
have two, so it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
You all were so awesome. I can't believe you did that.
We can relight those candles and go again tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm.
my cake will be gone before tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Jayfro, what is this? This is really good. It's like
It's called a gizmo. And what it is it's a chocolate sponge that's in a jelly roll with
Ooh.
marshmallow cream in the layer. And then it's
Oh,
covered in a
yeah.
ganache,
You guys
chocolate
gotta
ganache.
see this to believe it. It's like,
I knew it would just go right to his heart, so that's why I got it.
mm.
I mean,
my goodness.
figuratively.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm drinking by myself. I don't usually do that, but I'm not really because you guys are here.
We're here, and
Well,
boy,
because someone else was drinking earlier in the thread, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll get the champagne. And then you guys were like, you should open
Yes,
it
you
right at
will.
midnight. So I opened it at midnight.
hello,
You guys are so awesome.
That's brilliant.
chin chin.
Well,
It looks like we've got 8
Cheer-
minutes or so in this
cheers,
window.
everybody. Cheers.
Cheers! Happy
Well, run
birthday!
away.
I'm drinking coffee, but you guys can drink champagne.
Cheers, Mark.
I mean, okay.
You guys are going to bring my Cloud Infinity back. That's so awesome.
Told you.
I'm gonna post it on my Facebook as podcast turns birthday party.
This is
That's
your
cool.
birthday song. It isn't very long.
You guys surprised me. I wasn't expecting
We were trying to.
that.
I was waiting right till midnight. It was okay. Midnight, I'm supposed to open the champagne, and then Christy came on, and then that was my cue. I was like, okay, open the champagne.
You guys
Light
were
the-
right on
light the
time.
sparkler.
Perfect. I mean, except for Linda's problem getting in, but otherwise it went
Give
pretty
me now. I'm trying to talk.
in and out.
There you go.
Hello?
I hear you. Yeah.
You're in and out.
Oh, bummer.
Oh,
There
I
you
heard
are.
that though. We have a
It's
big
really-
storm over us.
Don't worry.
Right. This is the whole thing.
You
There's
get
so much against us at the moment. It's not funny.
I know.
The communication.
Linda, don't worry.
Communicating at all.
And
to be
everyone managed to get happier
You
and
know who
happier
I
and
am.
happier as the night progressed.
Yeah.
honest. Mhm.
So that's good.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys, I
Mhm.
needed that. Seriously. I was so
Yeah, it was
sad.
hard being
I was
quiet.
so sad tonight.
I wasn't even sure if I was like, should I put happy birthday in the other thread in the group, or should I just
Mhm.
wait? And I was like, oh. But I'm glad Christy came in because I was sitting there with the champagne beside me and I'm just waiting.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
That is so cool.
This has made all our days. It really has.
Yeah.
It's been so fun. Sneaking around behind your back, Mark, was the best fun.
I was in
We all-
dreamland. What time did I
Then
wake
and
up?
I've been
Jayfro?
like, that's what we're born to do.
2-ish, I think.
No, I woke up later than that, didn't I?
4-ish.
Yeah, it was 4. I was right. It was 4 something. Or
We got 5 minutes left in this one.
okay.
All right.
Oh, come back here. I'll come back. I'm gonna start a new one. Okay. This is so awesome. You guys are awesome. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Ilaria Lee. Thank you, Ilaria. Are you a member of our... Is Ilaria in our group? I don't remember seeing your name, but I thank you so much. Or do I? Or maybe you have a different name on Facebook. There we go. Okay, we have Joan, Jafro. Everybody come back in. I want to talk to you all. So, Joan, what's going on in Manchester tonight?
We've got snow.
Snow.
I woke up. Yeah, my car's covered in it. My garden's covered in it. It looks beautiful, but I had an appointment at 10.
Oh, you have an appointment?
I'm not going to go to it. I'm not driving in this.
Well, good for you. Yeah, just stay home and be safe. It's not. It's not
double. I'm getting
not,
double.
Did you say you had cows? Uh-oh. What happened?
It did sound like she said cows.
Yeah.
Covered in snow. Snow-covered cows.
Snow-covered cows.
Frosted cows.
Don't tell Linda with a Y that. She'll be coming over there trying to rescue one of them.
No cars.
Cars, okay.
Cars. I thought you said cows.
Cars.
No, it's got English language, you know. Great.
Oh, there's Susie. Susie's here.
Yay.
Susie. It's good to see you.
You made it.
Yeah.
Connecting to audio.
Hello, Susie.
Hello, how you going?
Hi, good.
That's good.
So, all the way from Canberra.
Yes.
That's awesome. It's good to see you again. How's your little one doing today?
Yeah, not too bad. He's over with his dad at the moment, staying with his dad.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Kid free today.
Yay!
Yeah, so now you can party.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you like to dance?
I'm jealous. Yes. Everybody's having a party and I can't. It's breakfast time here.
Breakfast.
They're all on wine and cake and.
I know. Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I know.
But sometimes we have breakfast for dinner here in the United States. It's actually become more common throughout the years.
Do you know it really has? People are having more cereals of an evening. It's true.
Yeah. It's like it's very common to find restaurants with signs on their door that say "We serve breakfast all day." That's what they all say now. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the restaurants have gone to that kind of.
Yeah.
Thing. Well, thanks for. I feel so happy that all you guys got together today and decided to come sing me happy birthday. That's awesome.
That was really cute. Whoever idea that was fantastic.
That was Linda. Linda and Kirsty picked that up.
Oh, speaking of that, Linda, there's Linda right now. Now, Ilaria, rainbow bacon and eggs. Rainbow, who are you? Do I know Rainbow? Ilaria Lee. Now somebody else has the last name Lee. It was Joan. Your last name is Lee, isn't it?
I'm Lee, L-E-E.
Right, but there's an Ilaria Lee.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
So you might be related somehow.
You never know. Well, my dad did it on my bike.
Well, Rainbow, welcome. Linda, do you have a better connection now? Oh, Carol's here.
Can you hear me?
Oh, man, yeah, now I can. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I can hear you. Carol's here. I didn't expect to see you here, but yes, I did, because you said this might have been a good time because everybody was going to be asleep or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow, you guys, you're so awesome.
You sounded like you were doubting yourself on the thing this morning, Mark.
I was doubting myself.
Yeah, on the YouTube, I was listening to you, and I thought, Mark's not feeling very good about himself at the moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had some people that left, and I didn't understand why they left. You know?
Yeah, it's the saddest thing, I know.
It's I mean, did I say something wrong, or I try to be very I don't know. I still don't know. Nobody told me why they left.
If I had a penny for every time I felt like that about somebody leaving my life, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, I know I can't make everybody happy, but a few of these people that left were very close and dear to my heart. Like,
yeah, true.
And
it's so sad.
Just like all of you are. I feel no different about any of you all. And if I offended anybody or did something to offend somebody, I want to know so I don't do it again. You know, that type of thing.
Can't even imagine how you could offend anybody.
I know, me either. I can't think of anything I said, but it could have been a misunderstanding, or then I thought, well, maybe somebody's trying to sabotage me in my channel. I don't know. I have been thinking all kinds of things.
Where the mind goes it's mind blowing. Where the mind takes itself.
I know.
Yes.
You know, in our saddest moments, we go in the deepest dark places, and it's absolutely unnecessary. It's so sad, but it's the way it is. It's the mentally you can go there.
Just trying to pull the nose up here. Pull up.
Yeah, that's all we can do now. I mean, I can't overanalyze it. We just got to move on. We got to move on and keep learning.
Yeah. It was hard for me not to just start singing "Happy Birthday" right away, because you're down and you're such a beacon of love. You send out so much love.
I didn't mean to bring you guys down at all. I just wanted to.
No, you didn't bring us down at all.
Oh,
no, you've not.
We've all been there so many times.
It's good to be transparent anyway. If you're feeling down, you should let us help you.
Ilaria, you need to come join us on our Facebook group. It's Game of Scrolls. There's just go to Facebook and groups and go Game of Scrolls, all one word, and you'll find us there. And I'll let you in, or one of the admins will let you in. Yeah, you know. It's so nice for you to stop by in Humboldt County. You're right up the road.
Yeah.
See,
I haven't spoken to my daughter. Me and my daughter haven't spoken to each other for 3 years this month, and that's the saddest thing in the world. And
3 months, your daughter, you haven't spoken with
3
her?
years. 3 years. Sorry, 3 years this month. And
oh,
I mean,
my
that
goodness.
is
What happened?
Pain.
What
happened? COVID came.
Oh.
And in March 20, was it 19 or 20? March 2020, she was asked by me to do a bit of shopping because I wasn't allowed out. And she said, I can't do anything for you. I'm far too busy looking after myself. And that was that. She blocked me. And she's blocked me off Facebook and everything. And I've never seen her since.
Oh my
The only
gosh.
time I have, the only
Oh,
time I have
no.
seen is when she's dropped her grandson off there because he stays with me at weekends, and she stays at the front door and she brings him in the car, stays at the front, drives away,
Mm.
and I go to the front, to see her and give her a wait, and she just drives away. So
Wow.
now that if you want to be sad, there you go.
Yeah, Joni in the chat says all things for a reason. Exactly.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Reason
There is, but sometimes we don't like what reason it is for.
No.
We don't like the reason.
Yeah. It's the way it is.
That's right. Surrender. She said, "Let go, let God. Let go, let God."
Yeah.
Or say okay, be okay.
No choice.
Right.
Really, no choice.
So Linda and I always say surrender because.
Yeah, that's key, isn't it?
Yeah, surrender. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, to surrender. That's right. What more can you do? But anyway, I want you all of you to know I'm very humbled that you all chose to go on this journey with me, and it's so cool. Like we all know each other. We feel like we've known each other for so many lifetimes, and we're still remembering who we are. And
Who wants to tell a story?
Who?
Who wants to tell a story? I know Susie came in. Looking at you.
Yeah, so Princess Lala, one night, if not tonight, I want you to come in and tell us
Oh,
about
give
that
me 2
NDE.
seconds. Hang on.
All right, Susie.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, that's it. That's better.
Oh, wow,
Sorry.
that's better. Wow.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? What story are we telling?
Experiences. Any experience you want to tell us. Like, it can be, it doesn't have to be an NDE, or it can be like a ghost story,
good.
like you saw a ghost, or
Paranormal, supernatural.
a weird experience you can't explain, or you met an angel, or...
I've had years of that. Where do I start?
Yeah, that's the thing. You get to pick.
I've had many experiences.
All right. I'll tell a story. So I haven't really told many of my stories to people.
Welcome to the
and it all sort of started. I was born in 1981. There you go. There's my age.
Oh, wow.
And
I remember writing that on my school paper, by the way. I remember writing that on the top of
did you?
my papers. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so it all sort of started for me when I was about 18 years of age. And the first experience I had was I was lying in bed, and out of nowhere, a Indigenous man stood at the end of my bed. And it first came in my mind's eye, and he was a beautiful Aboriginal man. He was very old, and I can tell by the wiry hair, the curly hair, and the broad face. And he stood there staring at me, but he didn't have eyes.
Was it long curly hair, like a one of your lawyers or judges wear?
It was almost like equivalent to like an afro.
Oh. Okay.
Just to give some context, but a lot more wiry. But he didn't have eyes. He had eye sockets, and that transported out of my mind's eye into the physical body standing at the end of my bed. And I was so frightened. I was terrified. And next minute, he just disappeared.
Whoa.
He just poof, out, and he left.
I've seen that before. That's what happened to me when I was 11. Actually, I was 11 when you were born.
There you go.
The year you were born. That's
Yeah,
wild.
there you
so
go.
so when you saw my interview when the angel disappeared, that was when you were born. I don't know what that would have been in August. What's your
Oh,
birthday?
it was too. So my birthday is October.
October. So you weren't even born yet. You were almost born, but not. You were in the womb still.
Yeah, and I noticed
When
that
that
when
happened.
yeah, and I noticed that it was in the same year that I was born.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that.
that's wild. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and for me that the experiences just grew and grew and grew, and it all centered around my now it's my parents' house. They still live there, and it went on for years. A number of I guess sightings for me where I've seen spirits, to hearing them, to just having a range of paranormal experiences happen. They were all very different spirits as well over the years. And it wasn't just me. I could see them, but it was also my mother. My mother's very much the same and in tune with all of that. And so is my sister.
Is it an older sister or a younger sister?
Older sister.
Okay.
So I'm the youngest. And I have two older sisters and a brother.
Oh, okay.
So you can just imagine what our conversations were like.
Wow, yeah.
Over coffee.
Yeah, did you see that guy? Okay, so did everybody see this, or was it you, or were you all like empathic like that?
We all were, but we all had our different experiences. So
wow. Were they all at different ages, or
what, the spirits or us?
Did you experience these things when you were kind of in the same age range, or was it all at once when you were different ages?
Oh, it was all happening at once.
Oh, wow.
It was all happening at once. And it wasn't just in the house. It followed me.
Wow.
And it wasn't shy to do things in front of my friends. So really? I'll give you an example. I remember I was quite scared one time. I was at home and I'd seen something and I thought, no, I'm getting out of the house. That's it. I went up to a friend of mine, so my best mate. We've been friends since we were 10 years of age. So she knows me very well. And I went over to her place and we were just sort of sitting on the couch and I was debriefing about what I've seen. And anyway, so I get up and my friend was in the kitchen and making a cup of coffee for us. And I ducked out to the bathroom and came back. And as I was walking back, so I had a bag sitting on the table. And as I was walking down and in her full sight, so I'm an asthmatic and I have my Ventolin, and my Ventolin levitated out of my bag right up into the sky, sort of halfway up the room, and it just flung right across the room.
Whoa.
And dropped.
Wow.
So my girlfriend saw that.
Wow. Okay, so she was doing a sleepover or something?
No. I just went over to her place. So that's just an example of
my goodness,
things happening in front of my people I've known.
Wow.
So they did it in front of your friends too. Now, what did your friend think?
Oh, she wasn't scared, but she knew it was something that she thought it was something that I had brought up to her house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like,
and she was probably right.
Oh, no.
She was.
Wow.
She was probably right.
I just had an epiphany. What if spirits go through cycles. Like they come here, and like that was the same year I had my real big experience, and you had those big experiences. Maybe 1981 we were invaded by spirits somehow, and they come in waves like that.
Yeah,
I never thought about it like that either.
It could well be, but for years, and I guess where I am right now, I feel like I'm a baby in all of this, in the sense that I'm only just learning, despite having so many years of experiences and seeing this. But at the same time, this all sort of happened in the early 2000s. Back then, I didn't have anyone to talk to about this. And you didn't have Facebook and networks that you can sort of tap into and learn from shared experiences. So for many years, I just thought that my house is haunted. They're coming to me, and it's probably either evil or bad, and I come from a Catholic family, so you can understand where my understanding comes from.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But as I've evolved through my experiences, I'm starting to now learn that I don't know if it's just them coming to see me, but somehow I'm channeling them, and whether I'm even conscious about that.
That's interesting. Now, is this still happening, or was this only when you were little?
It lasted for years and years. And up until it still happens for my mum. She's still in that house.
Oh wow!
Yeah. It still happens for her.
We gotta go to that house. See what's going on. Wow.
She still sees shadow people, and she sees objects moving and disappearing.
Wow.
Just
awesome.
The standard for us.
Yeah, Australia is a fairly new country too, so I would tend to think these were either one of the first settlers there, maybe, or because it wouldn't have been an Aboriginal, right?
No. So, and that's the interesting thing, because I don't know where they came from, because the different experiences were different spirits. So another example was I was driving out the driveway and down the road, and it would have been about 6 o'clock in the evening, as the sun it was summer. No, it wasn't summer. It was in winter, and it was starting to get dark. And as I'm driving, out of nowhere, a little boy on the right-hand side of the road ran out in front of me, and so much so that I slammed on my brakes, and he stood there for a second, and then he just disappeared.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Just out of nowhere. And
well, thanks for the heart attack, kid.
Yeah, no.
I've had a lot of ghost cars do that. Like an entire vehicle just shows up out of nowhere and then disappears. Like it wasn't there, and then it was, and then it wasn't.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you can see the bleed. I call it the bleed, the frequency bleed between dimensions. Like
like a glitch in the matrix.
Yeah, because these dimensions vibrate such at a close frequency to each other. I mean, they're just a little bit apart, like, and it's weird how it works. Like, what's solid here may be liquid in the next frequency over, just a little bit. Tune the dial just a little bit different. It could be water, and it's weird. It's weird how it works.
I think a lot of people see these things, but they just won't admit it. And sometimes they will, but if you ask them in front of someone else, then they'll just throw you under the bus and pretend it didn't happen. You know?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, people see it and they rationalize it.
Yeah.
Like they'll find this normal rational reason as to what they've seen, when in fact it's not that.
Yeah.
The brain filter thing where it rationalizes for you. It doesn't even ask you, just does it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is cool. You just brought a whole new set of epiphanies in my mind.
Can I add another epiphany?
Yes. Yes, please.
And you
can keep talking the rest of the show as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And you also have the
stories.
synchronicity with the Aboriginal.
Yes.
Come in.
Yes.
You noticed that?
Sorry,
That's been a hot
that
topic.
synchronicity right away. I was like, oh, another synchronicity.
It's been a hot topic lately, Susie, the Aboriginals in Australia.
Yeah.
Hi, Carol.
Yeah.
I've never heard your voice before. I want to hear Carol say something.
Say something, Carol.
She was here before, but somehow she got kicked out. I just noticed she was in the lobby.
Oh, okay.
The green room.
The green room. That's right. The green room.
The green room.
No, the emerald room. That's it.
Yeah. There you go.
The emerald room. Carol, can you hear me? Maybe she doesn't want to talk. Okay.
Go ahead, Susie. You had an epiphany.
Susie, yes.
Oh, well.
Wait. First, Ilaria says she lived in a haunted house, too. So, Ilaria, come on in and tell your story later. Sorry, go ahead.
So with spirits, and what I find interesting was the diverse things I've seen in terms of how they manifest and what they do with the energy around them in order to do what they're doing. And so I distinctly remember, out of nowhere, I was at a cafe with my sister, and she was ordering a coffee, and I'm standing in a distance because there was a few people lined up. So I'm waiting sort of in the background. And I could see this figure near her, and I just was standing there and waiting and ignored it. And then my sister was sort of rummaging around in her bag trying to find money for the coffee. And she was looking for coins. And I walked up and I walked up to her to try and help her and see if she wanted some money. And as she was looking in her bag, looking for coins, a $5 note came out of nowhere and was stuck in between her pinky finger and the next one.
Oh, check it out.
Wow.
Yes.
It manifested.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
You're in charge of our manifestation.
It manifested. Who manifested that?
Wow. So you got to figure
Sweet.
out, retrace your steps to find out how you did that. That's pretty cool.
Well, I didn't understand manifestation back then. So
You must have really believed in it.
oh, my sister must have.
Or your sister must have. Or maybe both of you. Or something.
Or the figure that was standing next to him, her.
Really wanted you to have coffee that day.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a wild story.
That's awesome. I think the manifestation is a lot about trust, and like one of my biggest goals, I'll post more about later, but is like giving people their self-worth back, remembering how worthy you are. And then once you get your self-worth, then you get this childlike trust with the universe. And like I was telling you guys the other night, I would just draw something and then my friend would take a picture every time in the clouds of it drawing. But I think it's like a childlike trust, like, okay, well, this is like an invisible parent. The universe is like an invisible parent. And once you realize you can totally trust that, that's how it works. So one of my goals is getting everyone back to self-worth, because when you have your self-worth, then you know you're worthy of these things, and you're just like do, just like a toddler, like, you know, just throw your jacket on the ground, you know your mom's gonna pick it up, kind of thing. So it's kind of that kind of trust.
Aw.
Yeah.
Welcome, Joni. Joni loves chachis here.
Yay.
Penny Rotten.
No.
Joni, not so fast.
No. I just don't ever know if I'm doing this right. Okay. You can hear me. All right. I'll mute myself. Well, actually, I took so long trying to get in here that I missed half of what you guys were saying, and you made me think of some really rad things.
Oh, rad. I love that. Now you're bringing me back to the 80s. with the word rad.
Yeah, I like that word.
I know.
I bring it back. I'm going old school, man. Skate or die.
Skate or die.
Skate or die.
Okay, so
Awesome.
Excuse me. So unless I have like completely interrupted something in which I'll wait my turn.
No.
I want to jump in.
That was actually a good
Jump
timing.
in.
Please do.
Okay. So, Mark, I didn't even get a chance to see if I heard something about the Aboriginal. So I don't know if it was my link or if you knew that, but how interesting is that? That's immediately what I thought of, because she says, now I'm going to tell you why. And this is Susie that I'm talking to, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Okay. I want to tell you why what you just said was so freaking magical for me. So I had a Kundalini experience. Okay. I've spent the last like 12 years trying to unpack what the hell happened to me. All right. Yeah. And one of the things that I experienced was when I had this moment where I had something completely ridiculous show up in my vision, a hallucination, just like you're talking about. But I didn't see an Aborigines. I didn't see Jesus. I saw a rainbow cobra, right?
Hey, we have a rainbow. We have a rainbow in our group right now too. Right.
So I immediately called for backup and went and saw a therapist, like immediately, right? And it turns out that anyway, I don't even know if that part would interest you, but maybe it will. Yes. Let me tell you why it interests you, because I'm with different people now. I have to think different. Okay. So here's why this is interesting to me, because just earlier in this stream, we were talking about how, you know, our upper beings have got our hand at every turn. Right. And so here I am. I have just experienced, I had this giant, I was sitting smoking a cigarette, and all of a sudden this cobra just got right in front of my face. It was freaking gorgeous. It was just iridescent and sparkly and no fear. It was warm and inviting and welcoming. Right. And I had no fear with it, but it was clearly in my visual. And so I was already seeing a therapist for, you know, just why not have one on speed dial? It's irrelevant to the story. I mean, it's relevant, but so far back. Do you know what I'm saying? Those things all add up to these moments. So I'm talking to her. Now, I don't know in her spare time that she's a professional yogi. I have no idea that she's gone and spent weekends in the mountains with people who also spend weekends in the mountains. I just go to this woman because she's not a Christian and she just seems fine to blabber to for an hour. And and I tell her I have this experience, and I say, I have no idea how to explain to you what I'm going to tell you. All right. But I was not dreaming. I was not tired. I was not. Right.
We believe you.
I know you. Yes. Fair. I'll leave those extras out.
You're in good company. Okay. Remember who we are.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to circle back to you, Susie, because this is what you just made me. You just answered a question for me that I might be able to answer for you. So I start saying things to her about what I was hearing and what I was knowing, right? The knowing. Right. And she goes, you know anything about yoga? No, other than I went and, took Tai Chi at the YMCA.
My favorite is goat yoga. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah. This is yogi. This isn't yoga. Although yoga is a practice of yogi, right?
Oh, I thought you said yoga. Sorry.
So I had said something to her of what I knew about things. And she pulls and this is what she asks me. And I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea. So Hinduism, right? I knew nothing. Or Buddha, I don't even know which one it was anymore. It doesn't matter. She pulls this book off her shelf and she reads verbatim what I had just told her. Word for word, I was blown away. Wow. So both of us sat there kind of, and she goes, I think that you've had an experience, right? I'm like, okay. So why I say to you, Susie, this is important because for me, why the snake, right? Why that symbol? Why was I given? And I know why I was given the snake. I've since learned I know Slytherin. So basically parcel tongue, right? Metaphorically, right? This is the language that I was given. This is what my upper being speaks. And this is why she showed me the direction to get some of my answers from. And that doorway into that, I have no belief system, but it got me looking into the things that I was experiencing and had understanding. Now you had this experience where your first interaction with shall I say, God or symbol or ancient, right? Was of this tribe, was of this belief, right? Not that these are where we come from. It's not the people, it's not the gods, it's not their names. It's the archetypes. It's the metaphor of what they embody. It's what they stand for that we're involved in, right?
I'm big on archetypes for sure.
And man, yes, I thought I now want to really, and then you just said it as I was popping in. There's a lot of talk about Aborigines. Yes, there is. And here in America, there's a lot of native talks. There's a lot of Hopi Indians, which by the way, I grew up with a grandmother who had a weird thing for Hopi Indian Kachina dolls, which was so anti-Christian that it seemed weird. Right?
I lived I was surrounded by a Hopi tribe in Arizona.
Yeah, these are the things. These are God's languages. The steps. Every step we take is them telling us and leading us all the way to this moment. Beautiful. Anyway, I'm done now. Go.
100%.
Awesome.
Like a bullet train.
Yes.
You remind me of a cross between Miss Congeniality and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So cool.
I just
wait. Can I challenge that? Now I do Buffy. I actually used to write fan fiction for Buffy.
Really?
Okay, I'm a 74 baby.
74.
Okay. But I don't know about Miss Congeniality. I'd like to say Cher from Clueless, which is my other absolute favorite movie.
Oh, Clueless.
Those two combined. Yeah, that's me.
Well, no, your picture here that comes up when you talk.
Yeah, because that's my personality. See, I pick images that embody
that's
me,
an awesome picture.
A little bit of me. Mm-hmm. They're my avatars, of course.
Now, do you have a little lapdog too?
In a purse?
Oh no! I have ducks.
In a purse?
I have ducks and a goose
A ducks and a goose. Oh wow.
I don't have any dogs.
Oh, that's
I'm about
gorgeous.
to have ducklings. Y'all, I'm about to have ducklings. I have one zipping right now.
Ah.
It's little. It's coming out. I'm gonna be a mommy.
No.
That's so awesome. Rainbow, you should come in and tell us a story about rainbows. The rainbow serpent.
Oh, we got less than 1 minute. Should we go in?
Okay, here. Come back in, everybody. Come back in. I'm going to start.
Yes, I definitely want to hear everyone tell me what their initial introduction to it was. Who showed what clan are they in? I love it. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's good. Maybe we should
I was taken from Alice Springs.
Yes.
Right, Beth.
She was actually with the Aborigines in Australia.
I did hear that. And that's Princess, right? Yeah. I did hear your story the other night, and it fascinated me. Fascinated. It's beautiful. But I'm more interested in when your awakening happened. What symbol did you see then? Because it might not be related to say do you see what I'm saying? I have no connection to Hinduism. She had no connection necessarily to Aborigines, but these are the
Okay, hold that thought. I'm making a new meeting. Okay, here we go. Okay. Here we go. Come back in. Okay, Joni. I love you. You're awesome. Alaria and Rainbow, come in and tell us a story. Who else is in the chat that hasn't said hi? Give us a heart. Give us a heart in the chat for everybody that's here. And if you're new, tell us where you're from in the chat too. Okay, we have, here comes Miss Linda. Linda Lou. Oh, Anco, good morning from Yorkshire.
Andrea.
Oh, that's right. That's Andrea Anco, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Andrea.
Hi.
Andrea, come in and tell us a story. Tell us an experience. Now, where did Carol go? I wanted to hear Carol's voice. I've never heard her voice before. Joni Rotten. I can't. I'm working at the moment. It's 9 a.m. Oh, man. Yes. Rainbow, come in again. Okay. Here's Carol. Say hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
That would be a bit weird. All right. Linda, what's the weather like in Melbourne right now?
It's a beautiful evening tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock p.m. and the sun's setting and there's no breeze at all. It's just really still out there. Perfect for flying.
Oh, there we go. So now you're teasing me. I see. Okay. You know I like to fly. I'll come back in if you just want to hear me blabber. Yeah, you can come in and blabber about things. Doesn't matter. I want to hear Carol's voice. Carol, say hi. Just say hi. You can hang back up. Don't be shy. So you got your mom all sorted out, Linda? She's all settled
she's
into
sound
the night?
asleep. Mm-hmm.
She's sleeping with the angels. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, when does when do we know what date her surgery is? Her big surgery is yet?
In about another 5 weeks.
5 weeks. We don't know a day yet, though.
5 to 6. It just depends on her healing at the moment.
Gotcha.
From her other surgery, yeah.
Okay. So it'll be somewhere like around like the end of April, beginning of May time frame. Right
Around mid-May at the latest, yeah.
Mid-May, yeah.
Or start of May, just depends.
We will all be sending her healing energy and praying for her when that happens.
Oh, thank you.
For sure. We all got to stick together, and I want to heal people together.
That would be awesome.
Can you hear me now?
You already are.
Yeah.
Hey.
Is that Carol?
Yes, I have been
Carol!
trying to come on. I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no. I wanted you to interrupt. Are you kidding? I wanted to hear you.
Okay. I have it on YouTube, and then I have it through my phone. So
you got the echo.
I was afraid someone else was speaking. I'm really challenged with Zoom. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Doing great.
I keep pushing on those little 3 buttons on the bottom of my phone, trying to get it to pop up again. And so every time you said you want to hear my voice, I'm like trying. Anyway, I can see and hear you on the big TV.
Oh, hey.
It's great to finally get into the room because I've tried times. And it's nice to see your faces, and I really just need to get my laptop up and going because I think that would be a lot easier for me to navigate than the phone.
Yeah, and it's good to hear your voice finally, and thank you for everything you do in our group, and
you're welcome.
I really appreciate that.
You have a lot of good input.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm pretty amazed at this group of people. I've been, spiritually minded for 50 years. And
wow.
I rarely see a group of people magnetize the way this group has. And it started so quickly.
I know.
I texted or I messaged you on Messenger the night that morning that I had watched your first one. And I knew something was really extraordinary about you and just about the energy that surrounded everything you said. And then as the group progressed and more people came, I thought, wow. And I watched the numbers go from 60 to, I think there's like 260 or more now in the group at Facebook.
Well, we lost some today, and that's why I was sad. Cause
I know. And I did hear that part. I've had it on my TV at the same time that I've been technically challenged.
Yeah.
But, the thing about that is that some people don't have the time to invest, or it's not the right moment in their life to invest. And if they can't give it all, they feel like, maybe I should step back because I'm not, I'm not fulfilling the need that I originally was able to fulfill. So I don't know why. I mean, that would just be one of the reasons. I think we have to watch to overcommit ourselves, and not to jump in too much into something new so that it overwhelms us and we're not able to really see that through.
Okay.
So, I mean, it could be that. It could be a million things. People are strange. You don't never know.
I just chalked it up to all this planets alignment, this rare alignment in the moon and everything. Because I just know my dad, when he was working in mental health care, in a mental hospital, he said every time there's a full moon, the place just went like bonkers, like just weird stuff happened. Like
that's the truth, because when I ran the Boys and Girls Club on the full moon, those kids were crazy. I mean, it was, you could tell.
Yeah,
you could tell.
Just
I definitely can feel it.
Yeah, and I don't know what makes. Is it you think it's has there been any scientific study that's proven how that works, or is it a gravitational
I think our bodies
pull?
are so made of so much water.
Yeah.
We really are kind of water beings. So when the full moon affects the tides, it affects us physically, every cell in our body.
It brings out what's hidden below.
Tides.
Yeah, it brings out what's hidden below is kind of the analogy for, like, it's not going to create weird shit, but it's going to bring it out if it's already in there, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The planetary alignment, though, is kind of the twist on that right now, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how that works either, but I know that I learned years ago that to clear a crystal, you either put it in salt or you put it in the moonlight. Right.
Yeah, the moonlight does it.
Yeah,
And
how does it do it? I want to know how the moonlight does that.
Yeah.
Scientifically, that's what I'm interested in. Those kind of questions I have.
Especially, given its reflected sunlight. So what's changed, right?
Yeah, like if you think about it, affects the tides and everything. So
yeah, definitely,
it's like something magnetic or electromagnetic.
Definitely.
Gravity.
Well, also, I can tell you just from my knowledge about what I did in the Air Force, I had to know how the ionosphere works. In particular, the ionosphere totally disappears around 3 o'clock. So there's 5 layers or 6 layers of the ionosphere, and they kind of gradually disappear from about midnight till about 3, and then there's no more electric flow going. So now we have no barrier to protect us from electromagnetic interference that comes from these other galaxies and stuff, like gamma rays and things like that. So I think that's why more things happen in the middle of the night, spiritually, maybe because we don't have that protective layer on this protective
that makes sense.
So
there's a lot of strange once in a lifetime, once in an generation, once in an eon type stuff happening right now. So from alignments of planets, from the sun is doing things, all the volcanoes and earthquakes are all humming and vibrating at the same time. There's a lot of things actually going on right now that are lining up. It's almost as if the synchronicity we're experiencing, our universe or our Earth is experiencing.
Age of
as
Aquarius.
if it's collective.
About 6 months ago, there was a planet parade. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So they all lined up in a.
Wasn't it beautiful?
It really happens like every 300,000 years or some insane,
Yeah, they really are. We really are living in. This isn't Halley's Comet type stuff. This is stuff that our great grandchildren may not see, so we're talking generations of generations. Right. And so if anything, that doesn't mean it's scary. I have no idea, but it just means that you're in this, this is the moment. If you don't turn around and just say what you want to say right now, he's going to leave on the bus.
Oh, do you remember Heaven's Gate?
Be standing there.
You remember Heaven's Gate? The whole Hale-Bop.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Well, none of that stuff. No cultness. There's no everybody. Right. You're a cult of one. I only have one person's Kool-Aid I drink, and that is my upper beings. But it's more like a tea.
Yeah. Speaking of that, one of Jeff Mara's latest guests, I want to say it was 3 days ago. Did you catch that one where it was a lady who
female Buddha?
Yeah.
I don't think I caught that one. What was
and
it?
she says she didn't have an NDE, but she had an NDE like experience.
Fair.
When she was at her lowest point, and she learned in this experience that we all share the same higher self. That's what she said.
I'm always saying that.
And I agree with that too.
Yeah, because so many people think they were Joan of Arc or Julius Caesar, all these things. And I'm like, well, yes, you all were, because we all were. It was all of us.
Well, that's why I said. That's why I said on my interview with Jeff that we're all like little satellites, but we're all part of the same electric honey, as I put it.
You know how I like to think about it? Think about it like this. Imagine that you're, you have an umbilical cord. So you're you, and you have this umbilical cord that goes up to the great conscious. So my upper being is my umbilical cord. That's who communicates between me and the great consciousness. And once I'm in touch with her, it's feeding me like a little tube, whatever I'm wanting to know, right?
Yeah, so we're all attached to that same,
and that's where we're attached. Yes.
Yeah.
And then
like
the silver cord.
I've been saying that for years. Like,
I know
so many people think they were this person in their last life, and I'm like, well, yes, you were, because we all go back to the collective.
That's
why the collective, and you know everything.
That's why
and
when
then
I say
come out as a little shoot again.
Yeah, like we're all God. I've said ever since my experience, we're all God together. Like, well, it's not, but we're all from the same place, where I call it the infinite one. You can call it God or whatever. I just call it.
I'll tell you, Princess.
Once I heard that God is like the sparkler and we're the sparks, and I kind of like that analogy, because you can see the sparkler.
That would be closer. That would be closer. Yes, I agree.
You know that earlier woman with the sparkler? I don't remember her name, but I was trying to like crazy.
Kirsty.
That was so awesome. I wish I could have gotten in while she was on, because her energy was just amazing.
I think she left after the cake.
Okay, so
she took the champagne and ran.
I know. Look, okay, I'm going to tell you guys something.
I still have my champagne. Pachong.
Yeah.
Cheers. No, I want to say though, Princess, that's exactly why I'm in this group and why I like this group, because you guys are staying in reality. I have found so many groups that I think, oh, they've got things that are on point with how I think, and then they go off that deep end. And I can't stay. And I've been here
that's good to know. I thought we already had done that already.
Just from watching you before I showed up, and then now, like this week, I've kind of been, and I can see there's more people in the group that have a logical thinking mind. Than an and that's what's going to keep me in the group. So as long as we're all
none of you guys are allowed to leave. No more of you are allowed to leave.
Because I have an analytical mind, and I have a really hard time grasping anything spiritual or outside myself. So for me to even come to this conclusion meant that I had to make allowances, and that's why I have my theory, because my thesis allows that to be the case. It allows for an upper being. So that makes me okay now. So these things all come from how we have to have an answer to explain what is happening to us,
right.
To
that's the
me
whole
and
premise
to you.
for this.
And so the reason that I even share it is because I know there's probably at least one other person who thinks a lot like me, who would go, oh, I kind of like how you present your explanation. I don't have a different answer. I have the same answer. I just have it done in long form on a blackboard where I can see it. You know what I'm saying? And I get a lot of people who dismiss me as if I'm trying to disprove something. And I'm saying, no, I'm actually proving to you that this can exist what we're talking about
Right.
here, and it makes sense to some people who can't otherwise make sense of it.
That's how I approach everything personally myself. Because like when I learned the astral projection, when people said, "Mark, you don't need to die to experience what you experienced," that's caught my attention because I was like, okay, well, how can I go back to that without dying? That's pretty cool. So
Right.
that's why it took me so. But I did it from a very scientific point of view. Like I had a journal and I would write
I
down all
heard
my
you
notes.
say that, yes.
You know, and I would come at it. I was like, okay, this didn't work. Let's try this, and that didn't work. So let's try this. And I finally did it. So that's why I'm teaching you guys what I did. And hopefully you'll get to experience what I did because it'll change.
Well,
your
let's
life.
talk about manifestation.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what you make me think of. So, a few things that happen when we're manifesting. This is what people forget. Okay. And so there's a few examples I'm going to give you so that you'll understand where these fears come from and where these ideas and concepts come from. So in our fairy tales, we have things like the djinn or the genie, right? Where we make 3 wishes and the wishes come true, but maybe not the way that we expect
because we didn't think it through, right? I always try to think of how I would answer that question if I ever got put on the spot, you know.
Right. And then another example is in the Christian world. So that's one direction. On the other side of the spectrum, the Christians say things like, don't ever pray for patience or God will in fact teach it to you. So
I made the mistake.
Yes, I think everyone has.
Oh my God. I must have prayed for pain.
So that's the concept there. So now this is what we're talking about. And this is the signing, when we're manifesting things, I think what's really important is that we never ask for anything that might do us harm in the future. Let me tell you how I ask for things.
Okay.
I say, oh man, I would so love a golf cart so I can ride around on my property.
Nice.
And I want a golf cart. And I say, but not if it's going to cause my, any irritation for me, any trouble for me. Not if it's going to cost me anything. Like I could manifest one in the want ads, right? But I want one, right?
Right.
And it's always been one of my things, a golf cart.
Yeah.
I've heard some. Look, hey, listen, just real quick.
Yeah.
I have seen. I've heard stories of people that have found stuff in the want ads or Craigslist where some very wealthy person just said, I'm going to give away my Mercedes to somebody. And the first person they ask for it, I'm going to just give it to them. This happens all the time, actually.
Of course.
All the time.
And that is manifestation. Now, you can manifest whatever you want, honestly. You really can. If you want $1 million, you can manifest it. Now, you might have to be an asshole to get there.
Right.
But you will manifest it. There's no doubt in my mind. So, but when we're talking about here in this group and what I hear people typing in chats and saying to each other, and even elsewhere, is that they want to make miracles happen. Well, miracles are only magic that's misunderstood. Okay, so and
we have those happen every day here in this group.
Yes, miracles happen all the time. So I've had a miracle. You've experienced a miracle. The fact that we're even talking is a miracle.
Yes,
okay,
I say that all the time.
Right. It's only something we have yet to understand. A miracle is something we have yet to understand. That's what fears are. Fear is something we have yet to understand. And so with I don't know that I necessarily fall under the karma good bad stuff because there's just something that still I haven't unlocked yet. So for me, I can't settle there yet because my soul just says
I'm kind of with you on that one too. Yeah.
Okay, that's not.
But I do agree to a certain point. There is.
Can I give a quick example?
Sure.
Okay, there was this thing on like 5 of my YouTubers today that said 28 girls went to the hospital for anxiety after using a Ouija board.
Okay, I saw that story.
Yeah, and then what happened was
I haven't heard that yet. Yeah.
All these people have been fine using a Ouija board. Nothing ever happens. but it was because they were indoctrinated with religious fear.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the religious fear, which is like a black magic. It's a fear put into their mind.
Sure.
So they all went to the hospital with anxiety because religion put that in their mind that this is evil, blah, 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 this is going to happen. So they've been told this so much that they manifested it.
Yes.
Whereas a normal person can be just like, hey, how can I get a case of beer tonight? And they'll be like, go to 7-Eleven or something,
Yes.
because they didn't have that religious black magic put in their brain.
Thank you. Oh my God, you're my new favorite person, Princess. Holy shitballs.
You know what I'm saying?
You are speaking my language. Yes.
Yeah,
that's why she's going to be a guest speaker in my story time.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it was the religious indoctrination black magic that made them all have to go to the hospital for anxiety, whereas people that didn't have that indoctrination are just like, no big deal.
Right.
And they'll never have anxiety because they didn't have that constant indoctrination, which is black magic.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like putting a hex on yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Subliminal thinking.
Without even knowing they're putting a hex on themselves.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the black magic, the ether magic, the mind magic, the illusion.
Yes.
It's in your own mind what you're seeing. If you see aliens, I'm not saying that there's not military planes or some type of weird young, billionaire who likes to play with drones. I do believe that these people experience what they experience. I'm not downplaying that.
Yeah.
But I believe most of us are being used. We're being guinea pigged. We're being tortured in that sick, demented things that show up 50 years later in unclassified files. This is what I think is happening to people. And I think that the psychosis is starting to take over. And that's what scares me. Exactly what you just said, Princess. Because now everyone has anxiety.
It's all good. I have a plan of global group therapy and
yes,
I got a plan for like 5 NDEs that were documented, but I've had more than 5. And I have a whole step plan for the complete opposite of that. So like I was saying the other day about the 144,000 frequency.
Yes.
You guys are already pretty much there, right? So we're just going to spread that frequency.
Oh, God, I hope so.
So instead of there being 144,000 and we're all lonely, we're going to just spread that frequency to almost everyone, except for, unfortunately, the narcissists won't fit in that category. But all the non-narcissists, we're just going to permeate that frequency into everyone else. So the whole planet will be a free will planet like it was meant to be, and we're all going to heal. We're all going to anti-age.
Right.
Death will be no more. Like a lot of religions, right? We don't need to die. Like we tried, but it doesn't work. I've tried so many times. It just doesn't work. So more and more people are getting on the train where, oh, you died, but you're not. You came back. Oh, you died. You came back. Oh, it's not just me anymore. Right. I did it 5 times where they wrote it down and they stopped. But it's like, you keep dying and coming back. What's up with that?
Yeah, maybe it's not like the Mandela effect at all. It's
and then everyone's going to be anti-aging. The more we start hanging out, partying, have a potluck world, you're going to anti-age because we'll be dancing, we'll be singing, we'll be doing all these things that heal our bodies. And hanging out like this is like the global group therapy. This is healing us.
Look, I haven't felt this good in 14 years as I do now, with all this love in my heart. Except for today. Today was really challenged for me it put a little dent in my heart. But it's getting back up there now that you all have come on here and you've really lifted my spirits tonight, because it makes it all worth it. All that all that torture and stuff I had to go through to get to this point makes it all worth it now. And
That's awesome.
You all have really given me that.
Every time you bounce
confirmation.
down, you bounce back higher.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it too. I like that.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't let it bother you too much that people like to.
I'll get over it. It's just the fact that I'm not like that. I'm not like the.
I just think some people just jump right in, and their intention really is to commit, and they really want to. It's just sometimes hard to maintain that level.
We just need a little more information because it's driving us crazy because there's not enough information to kind of do any kind of course correction or pin down what the exact issue is, if it's common between people or if they all had their own weird thing going on. Like, it's a little frustrating from a leadership point of view when people don't articulate their issue. Like, oh, well, I don't want to confront anything.
Or they'll make an excuse, another excuse, like, well, I want to.
You guys are perfect. You don't need course correction. You're already perfect. It's a them thing. I said it before. It's not you, it's them. You're perfect the way you are.
Well, I've learned something about feedback, and that is, sometimes it's delivered in a way that's not comfortable, but there might be something of value in it. So I'm trying really hard to look at that, even if it's uncomfortable. I'm trying to get Mark to do the same, but I think, we both are sensitive people and we take these kind of things personally because this is a love project. It's a project of the heart. So, of course, we want everything to be good for all of ourselves, if you want to think of it that way. So when you have a discordant note or somebody's either pulling back or stomping off or anything in between, it's a little like, okay, I'm going to take note of this disturbance in the force.
It puts a bleep in your energy.
It may be all about them. It could be
a
like blend of things.
A background religious belief that they're trying to let go of.
It could be so many things, and that's the exhausting part.
Religious indoctrination, which you can't cater to, but they will probably remove themselves, remove that religious indoctrination, and then come back.
Yeah, well, I can understand that for one
of them
or two of them, but like 10 of them. Like we saw.
See, that's the thing. There's no obvious commonality, so it's
there's so much religious indoctrination. I had religious indoctrination over the last few years.
I think we all.
I remove it in cycles. I get rid of it all, and I'm happy, and then it creeps back in, and I get rid of it again. So it's definitely not personal.
Are you guys aware of the 4 agreements?
Yes.
I think that often, whenever I'm in a situation where I'm questioning what's going on, I try to run through those, did I do my best? Was my intention clear? And to understand it's not about me, and it's a really good tool to process information.
So the 4 agreements are, number 1, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best.
Correct. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a great filter.
But that's, just to so everybody's on the same page. Those are the 4, and it takes some practice to really do them all consistently. I found
it's life changing when you get there.
Be impeccable with your word is really important to me, for sure.
It is. It is. I see you guys are going to disconnect again in a minute.
Okay, let me start a new one. Let me start a new one.
See, it goes too fast.
Let me just start
I was just going to say, Mark, this is totally up to you. I'm not trying to step on toes. But if you wanted to move over to my channel, I can do it on the StreamYard and nobody has to leave.
What's a StreamYard?
It's just that's what I was telling you. You don't have to keep connecting, and you can just keep moving, and you don't have to be connected to any app or anything. You just click the link.
Can he get his own StreamYard?
Yeah, that's what we were going to look into, but we hadn't done it yet before this.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, but we're going to get a license. It's just a matter of
how much is it?
Right. It's free for 20 hours, and it's $25 for unlimited, and you can have commercials and videos. Yeah,
a month. I could help pay for that.
Sounds good.
That's
You're talking about StreamYard.
If you want to continue to do Zoom and it's $22 a month, I can.
No, I think she's talking about StreamYard, but thank you very much. I think Zoom is 100 and something for an annual subscription. 125, 150.
Yeah, I mean, we could come together.
I think they have an annual.
That's why I said in the very beginning, I was like, if you guys could just put in a dime each, like, we could get a Zoom license for a year.
Yeah,
I can maybe for tonight we could just open another Zoom window.
That'd be good.
I don't know if you want to do one more or two more tonight, Mark.
Yeah,
it's about 1:30.
I'll probably start one more. Yeah.
Well, and then if you,
I can just pay because
maybe two more. No, it's only one.
Sold a couple houses this year, so I can just pay. Plus the universe always pays me back. So
exactly.
No. Even if I had $20 to my name right now, I would still pay.
You guys may not have
always pays me back.
You guys may not have heard me say this in the very beginning, but people were saying, about money. I'm not even worried. This is not about money for me. This is about, at this point, it's about much more than that. And I already know there's going to be one person that takes care of all of us and everything, or one organization. I've seen that. I don't know how I know that, but you'll see. We're gonna manifest it if it already hasn't been.
Amen.
Amen. Two thumbs up.
So I'm not even worried about that. We're gonna get our Zoom and everything. I'm not even worried about that.
Yeah, I can literally have $20 and still be the one to give $20 because the universe always has my back.
Definitely. Yeah, exactly.
And everyone around me always goes up, 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 success.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, are you guys familiar with one of the biggest channels on YouTube? His name is Mr. Beast. Are you guys familiar with him?
Yeah.
Mr. Beast.
I am.
So this guy, he became the biggest just by giving away all of his money. Like,
yeah.
He gave it away for good causes and stuff. Like, he'll just buy a restaurant or rent a restaurant for a day and give everybody free food and like an Xbox or whatever.
Yeah, the universe just gives you back.
He
has your back.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes a way for things to happen, like doors open and.
Yeah.
And that's how we're doing it. We're not giving away money though, but we're giving away love, and that's even.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's priceless itself.
That's
priceless.
Priceless.
All this other stuff, it doesn't stick.
Right. And so that's how I know we're going to be taken care of. It's not even about that. I know that's going to happen. And that's what I want to manifest stuff with. We already have it. We already have everything we already have. We just need to manifest something.
It's the integrity of our intentions. That was Chris Underberg. He said
integrity.
I've always told people that too. Like, yeah, you can manifest winning the lottery, but it's what you do, what you were already thinking about, what you're going to do with the money. If you just want to throw it away or something, then you'll never probably get it because your intentions aren't good. But if it agrees with the infinite one, our collective, then it'll happen.
Collective.
Yeah.
I think if it comes from your heart, it's great. And if it comes from your ego, you need to think about it a little more.
Right.
And
so
your ego will never do anything for you.
Okay, so speaking of that, so the last what we came up with in our Game of Scrolls chat on the last few nights is a good thing to start practicing manifesting. We came up with one thing to get proof. I want to show proof to everybody that manifesting, how it works and our intentions. And I was thinking of things, and what we came up with was the tree of life. Joan came up with the tree of life. Like, somebody will see, or everybody around the world will see these sacred geometry shapes in the clouds and stuff, and we're gonna manifest it for a week. And we don't even have to be looking for it. It'll be in the main news. Like, it'll be saying,
I love it. Okay.
People will start to see these shapes in the clouds, and then that will give us great confirmation that how manifestation works. Like, we're actually causing, we're putting out love and intention, and this is how it works. And then
crop circles in the sky.
Crop circles in the sky, right? And then we can say, we're the ones that have been doing this. And we'll have proof.
That's a headline.
Because we're on camera.
There'll be a headline that says crop circles in the sky.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm gonna go,
exactly. So what do you guys think about that?
I love it.
I think it's a great idea. That's why
already
I came up with the
manifesting it in my
idea of the
mind.
clouds the other night. I think it's a great idea. And then Jane said about the flowers. So together we picked something really awesome, I think. I'm really happy with it.
And we don't even have to look for it. It'll be all in the news. Like, I can just see
love
it.
it.
I've seen it in my head. Like, I can see people are seeing these crop circles in the skies or whatever. It'll be all in the headlines, and then we'll know we did it. And then we can say, hey, we did this, so this is why we did it. It's a love.
Everybody download this stream tonight when we're done. Everybody keep a copy. Yeah. Don't let it get scrubbed.
Yes, and we can have Joan go on the BBC and in her Manchester accent. Say, it was us. It's all about love, baby.
You did it.
We're jonesing now.
Love is all that matters, and that's
less than a minute, Hodgie.
Oh, okay. I'll cancel.
One thing,
come back in.
If I could just interject something really, really quickly.
Yeah.
One of the members of our group, J-Lo, she has got a neurological condition she's dealing with, and I haven't seen her online for about a week. But if everybody could just say a prayer for her,
J-Lo,
that would be awesome. Yeah, I think she's the one who gave you that name, Game of Scrolls.
Oh, AJ. That's AJ.
AJ-Lo. AJ-Lo.
Thank you.
Really?
Yeah, so she's not well, and she hasn't seen. She did see my second private message, but she's not on much. And she's.
Did you light a candle for anyone yet?
Are you asking me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. Did you light a candle for anyone yet tonight?
I'm about to on the next.
Okay.
On the next Zoom I create. So.
All right. See you in a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna cancel. Yeah, hang on. Okay. Starting a new one. Anco. Yeah, so Anco, I was thinking, so wouldn't that be great advertisement for love and what we stand for? You know, when they ask us why we ask for that, we will say, well, we wanted to tell people that love is, unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, and loving each other, love your neighbor as your brother, this is what we are. This is what Game of Scrolls Soul Tribe is all about. And we wanted to tell people, hey, this is how we did it. We just had so much love in our heart. And wouldn't that be a great example to set for everybody in the world?
Yeah.
So that's why I like it. I don't just want to see shapes in the clouds. I mean, that would be cool too. But it's the press that I'm interested in. I was trying to think of how to spread that message further than like you normally could, and like Mr. Beast style. I mean, and it doesn't have to stop there. We can just keep manifesting things with our love, and people will see that it's real, and that's why it's happening. And then they'll get on the love bandwagon. And I wish everybody could feel like we feel every day. I've never had this much love and joy in my heart every day for almost a month and a half now. I've never experienced this in my whole life, and I want everybody to feel like this, because I feel like if everybody felt like this, then the world would be a much, much better place,
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling on Jeff's podcast, if only people knew what I know, they'd all be best friends.
Best friends.
Best friends, yeah. Oh, okay. Kirsty,
I have to say, Mark, I used to feel like that a lot, full of that love and everything.
I know.
And I worked at the time, and I really was. I couldn't give out enough love. It was wonderful.
So what happened?
Life.
Life, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Life came back. It smacked me right in the face. And I wish I could get the feeling back I used to have.
Yeah.
Well, I will get it back. It's just time.
No, you will. No, you can get it back overnight. Just look at Kirsty.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is Kirsty, the one running around her property like a little 5-year-old right now.
Yeah.
At 3 in the morning.
I had an experience of
She was
the Holy Spirit.
yeah.
When I was in a very, very low place. I'm not going to explain what it was because it's too much. And I'm not a victim, by the way. I'm fine. The thing was, it was such a bad thing that happened to me, and it was within the family. You can not guess. I don't care. But the thing was, it was so bad, and it happened to one of my children, and I couldn't stand it. Like, I wanted to give up life. I did want to give up life. I wanted to die, but I couldn't die. I had to live because that child needed to know everything was going to be okay. So I had to get through that. And there was a time when I absolutely blanked out, and I found myself above a train station, and I was going to jump in front of the train, and I thought, well, and I walked. When I got back home, nobody had even noticed I'd gone. Right. It was so. I was on. But nonetheless, nobody had noticed. But anyway, I got in the house, I carried on, got dinner on, and all that. And that evening, the Holy Spirit actually visited me, and I cannot express to you how much love I felt him pour into me, and the whole of my body lit up. It was just the most beautiful feeling. And I know I can tap into that, but I just need to get there again. I just need to get there.
Hey guys, keep talking. I'll be right back, okay?
You know, so it was quite an experience. It was just life. It hits us all, but we can recover. And the thing is, people say to me, you need to keep positive, John. Well, you know, you cannot go 24/7, 7 days a week for the rest of your life being positive every day. There are days when there's negativity, and all you do is deal with that negativity, come out of that negativity, and you will. You come out of it. Don't take the booze on and drink and think you can be okay. That makes you worse. Just come out of it, take yourself a walk, go to a park, hug a tree, wherever, and you'll snap out of it. And it's amazing how quickly you can snap out of negativity. But the thing is, it has to be. We have days when life just smacks us, and it's so hard sometimes to dig yourself out. Like me and my daughter, she's got problems with doing anything for anybody. Bless her, she can't. I mean, she fostered her son out. It broke my heart, and then she got him back. And well, I had him then till he was 10. But it's been a long haul. In my life, it's been so cruel, and I know I'm far. I've got through nothing compared to what other people have gone through. I've gone through nothing, and I'm a survivor. Like the rest of us, we're all survivors, and we're all going to be okay. We are all going to be okay. Anyway, I'll shut up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I'm 70. I'm going to be 75 in June, and I think I'm blessed that I'm still here. You know. I'm blessed in many ways that I'm still here, so I'm still learning, you know.
You're resilient.
I said to Mark yesterday, I have so much to learn, I can't die yet.
Oh, that's right. We've got a lot to learn.
I'll stop babbling now.
No.
But what an amazing experience that you had to, you know, for God or Jesus to come to you, to actually give you that love, and for you to fully understand what that feels like. That is amazing.
It's making me cry actually thinking about it. I cannot how beautiful it was. I cannot. It was so wonderful.
Oh, we're gonna get that love pumping back in your heart. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need that healing.
Just keep hanging around every night with us.
Okay.
You know, like you did last night. That was awesome.
It was awesome. It was really.
And you know, just keep doing. We're gonna do that every night, and whether we have a live stream or whatever, every night.
Yeah, it's finding the right group. I found myself in a group, and this girl, bless her, she was charging $50 a month. And I was willing to pay it because it was COVID and there was nobody around. I saw no one for quite a spell, which is fine. You know, everybody was the same. But I don't know if it's my age, and I'm thinking, God, I've not got long and I've got to get these things right and all that. It plays in my mind sometimes. But I joined this group, and the messages were so there was never anything real positive in there. I mean, I understand, like I've said about negativity, I get that, but there was never anything real positive in there. It was like I just got to leave. Anyway, I mentioned that I was thinking of leaving. I got kicked out. So.
Oh my goodness! Why did you get kicked out?
Because if somebody was like in a really negative place, I'd chat to them and try and lift them up. Well, the host thought I was interfering, and I wasn't really. I'm just trying to help anybody that needs a bit of help. Sometimes I need someone to help, you know. And I was just trying to be there for someone, but the host, you know, thought, so okay, that's fine.
What's wrong with people?
You're in the right place now.
Can I say something really quick?
You in the
back. I just want to say to Mark, you are healing the healers.
Healing the healers.
So that is so
I'm a
important.
healer.
You're healing the healers. And then you're healing all the healers, so then that's going to spread to the whole world.
Yeah.
So that's a major
yeah,
good,
I guess you could look
thing.
at it like that. That's cool.
Yeah, you are. You're healing the healers, because we've all been beaten down our whole lives. Like you said, we've all been through so much trauma.
Yeah.
So the healer of the healers.
Yes,
that
is
so important.
One of my superpowers, I call it now, is I can see the potential in something or somebody. So I see the potential in you guys, every one of you, and that's what I strive for, is to see that potential blossom into something. And that's why I felt so bad today, because a few people didn't feel like I was doing that or going on the wrong direction or something. And that kind of, you know, that's not going to affect me very long. Don't worry. It's just I had to get I have to get over it in my heart. But and once I do that and regroup, it'll be like I'll be even stronger then, you know. So,
for the next round of turbulence, whenever that comes along.
No, but I'll be more ready for that next
exactly, because we've had the experience now. We know what to do.
Yeah, I'm new to all this, man. I mean, I had no idea this was all going to happen. I was just going to teach ancient languages, you know, learn about paranormal things. You know, I love that. I love the unexplained, because I want to find out an explanation for that. So to me, it's just easy content, you know. But I didn't know all this was going to happen.
That's why it felt so amazing, was that when it started to happen, you realized right away that you were on a destiny path. You were, you finally had that key fit that lock.
Yeah.
Because before that, I remember you saying it was hard to get people to even want to hear your story.
Right.
You know, and now you had 30,000 people in 24 hours hear your story and want to talk to you more.
Yeah.
And you magnetized thousands of viewers on YouTube and the group, and you have manifested an amazing thing. So that's way, way huger than a couple people who decided that they're going to move.
Oh, it's an amazing story, to be sure.
Yeah. So it's so amazing. And I understand, you know, it's, you know, it would be great if everybody all were in sync, but that's not how it is in life. You know, we all go through, what do they call it? A reason, a season, or forever.
Right.
A lifetime.
Yeah. I like that little word. I have that saved somewhere, actually.
Yeah. And I think that's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Season, a reason, a season.
Or a lifetime.
Or lifetime. There's one more. See, a reason, a season. Maybe it is 3. I thought there was one more, though. But maybe it's a period of time or something. Oh, hello.
So one of the things I wanted to talk about, if I could talk for a couple minutes,
yes,
is that most of my experiences that have been anywhere related to astral travel have happened in my dreams. Okay. And ever since I was a child, in my dreams, I could fly. Nice. You know, I could just go anywhere, do anything. And they always felt like real experience. So I just want people to understand that shouldn't be the only reason to connect. There's so many other things to share and things to learn. And sometimes if you're trying really hard to make something happen, it doesn't happen as easily as when you just relax and open your heart and just let it flow. You know?
We were talking. Go ahead.
I call this kind of connection that we get the big C, because it starts in our third eye and our forehead. And it happens a lot when I'm watching Jeff's podcast. So I'm watching them and my whole heart is connected to that person's story. And it comes in through my third eye and it makes a big C and it stops in my throat. And then it curls up to my heart. And when that happens, when we're in that space, we are in the fifth dimension. We have, we have gone beyond our human limitations and into our spiritual unlimitedness. So, I think that we all do that, whether we know it or not.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed.
So,
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we have an answer.
Well,
I have an answer for everything, Mark. Don't worry.
I love you. You're awesome.
By the way, I used to do stand-up comedy, so don't.
No, really?
I am very jokey, but I am very serious too. So don't always take everything
No, I was going
say.
to say you would be a good comedian.
You'll
I would
get to
definitely
know
pay to
me.
see you for sure.
I love stand-up.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
hear the
there's
question. Let's hear the question.
Yes, question.
Because I'm a little bit stuck on something.
Ah.
And that information about astral projection was very interesting, and it kind of is sort of starting to make sense to me to what's new for me at the moment.
Yeah.
So I I've done a few things of late that I can't sort of explain what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's astral projection, whether I've stepped out of my body, whether I don't know what it is. I can't define it, but
okay, take your time. And
it was it was through meditation, and there was two things that happened to me in sequence with two meditations that I did. And the first meditation, I actually stepped out into a field and I saw a man on the right side of me, and he was wearing a robe, and it felt like he said something to me, but it was more knowingness.
Mm-hmm.
He said to me, "You need to jump into the water," because there was beautiful clear water in front of me.
I just had a big deja vu just
"You-
now when you said that. Oh my god.
Did you?"
It was like whoosh. Yeah. I've
been
here
going in
before.
water
This is
to
weird.
heal water every day for like the last few months.
Yes. Water has been a very common theme for us as a whole, as a family recently. Because I can see the whole big picture, because I talk to people from all over, not just here on Facebook, but everywhere. And it's been a big theme. Very interesting.
Yeah.
You mentioned
Yeah,
that.
I've been going into water and healing in the water. And the water in our bodies.
Kirsty with a K knows all about that. The birthing the place where the Aborigines bird.
Go ahead, Susie.
Sorry.
But then what comes after that, though, is the weird bit. So he said to me, "You need to jump in the water if you're going to speak with your angels. You need to increase your frequency."
I agree.
And then right at that point, I fell asleep. And so I didn't know what happened after that. But when I woke up, I actually did another meditation because I wanted to try and remember whether more happened. But the minute I closed my eyes to go into the meditation, it was like it's like I stepped out of my body. I can't see anything. I don't know where I went, but I sort of stepped out. It felt like my soul was sort of being sucked out. But then my stomach, I was going as if you're free falling. you're falling, but and so the butterflies in my stomach were there, but instead of falling down, I was actually going up.
That's cool.
And
you were being beamed up to the mothership.
It was like I was going up, but I didn't go anywhere.
Right.
So when it sort of jolted me awake, and I woke up, and I was left at a point where I was thinking, did I actually get zoomed up, or did something download on me?
Right.
Because I didn't go anywhere. And I don't know what that was.
Have you ever been in a simulator before? Whether it be an aircraft or a roller coaster simulator? Where you're actually spinning real fast and you don't even realize you're spinning?
Yes, my father's a pilot.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I've been in a plane before.
So you know that's how they give you that feeling in your stomach, like pulling G's. You're actually spinning around really fast, and when you're inside though, you don't even realize it, like because you can't experience it. But yeah, I think it's something like that, because everything inside of us is vibrating, and when it all becomes the same vibration, that can give you the same sensation, I think.
That's so interesting what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're making me think of things, Mark. You're making me think.
Thinking about the
because you reminded me of Allison. That's exactly how it's described, actually, in Lewis. Who was that? Carol's book. It says that she was falling down and up at the same time, and it's thought that I think it's Lewis Carroll that wrote that. I could be wrong, but anyway, it's thought that he had some type of condition that caused him to have unconscious states, like maybe
my grandson has it.
Okay.
It's literally a thing. It is called the Alice in Wonderland syndrome.
Yes.
And you're literally sitting there feeling like it's getting bigger and smaller. And it happened to my son-in-law, and it happened to my grandson.
Okay, I'm going to put that down on a sticky note.
I had to look it up.
Let me tell you, there's other things that mimic that. So a lot of symptoms that go along with anxiety and stuff anytime your blood pressure drops, you can have these experiences. Everything you guys are, we've described in near death is because our blood pressure dropped. That's what causes these experiences. People take drugs, they have these their heart slow down. This is what puts you in these states, right? And now if the whole world is under all of this stress and the anxiety levels are out the charts, the vibrations that are getting there, right? Yes. People are using I hate to say the F word, right, in order to lower or dim those frequencies. I'm just saying, this idea is sounds more like, Princess is, I feel so bang on there.
Well, that's why I had to find her. She has a lot of answers for us.
These things because our hearts are going crazy.
Yeah,
they're
not only that,
out of their chests, figuratively and literally. Yes.
Okay, so we are spinning at about 15,000 miles an hour right now. It doesn't feel like it, right? So we're already spinning and vibrating at very fast oscillations. Like then we have light in us, which is going 186,000 feet per second, right? So when you think of it in those terms, it doesn't take much of a speed up or slow down of all the atoms inside us to make us feel like that when you think about it, right? So just a little bit of a different vibration can make you feel like you're falling or something, I think.
Yeah, like when you were a little kid and you used to spin around in circles.
Yes, exactly.
And then when you stop, as soon as you stop, you'd be like, whoa.
That's the equilibrium is
just a tiny little stop will make you just be like, whoa. Right off kilter.
Yeah. That's a good way to think of it. I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think we're on the right path. I'm telling you, I was gonna say we're gonna figure out these mysteries. I know it because we have so much brain power and talent in our group. We're gonna figure.
It kind of makes that the day the Earth stood still, kind of have a new, you know, what happens the day the Earth stands still in real life?
Yeah, and when you think about it, the Mayan calendar ended after 8.3 billion years. It ended just 10 years ago. So
but that's because it started a new cycle. We're going into a new cycle. Yes. That's what astrology is telling us. The age of Aquarius,
right.
And
another 8 billion year cycle. I agree.
Right, and then we are also having our Shemitah, which is a Jewish thing that's happening right now, where they're 777. Their lucky numbers have just been pulled on the casino wheel.
Or some people call it a jubilee, right? Or a 7-year.
Yeah, the jubilee, exactly. So they're in their Capricorn. Yes, and all of these things are happening. Now, see, here's where I have to jump in and tease my thesis, because my thesis shows that the human species, that's what I did, that little thing, and we can discuss dates. I'm not solid there, right? This is just the basics of what they tell me, right? And it fits. And that says that we're actually hitting puberty. And in 2012, we turned 13, and we're all having our adolescence right now. And that's
planet of children.
But also think about this, Joni. 2012 is exactly the year. That's how I had my NDE that year. Number one. Number two. Not that really means anything, but it's interesting.
No, but it is a connecting dot for a lot of people. Yes, keep going.
So number two, I think that was also, and I'm a retired software development manager, so that's the technical world is my world. So that's the same year that every country on Earth had high-speed internet across the board.
Right.
So up to that point, we had the big countries, the the bigger countries had it, but 2012 was the year where even the third world countries had high-speed internet everywhere. And I think that's why the calendar ended, because our consciousness, we were able to talk to each other.
That makes sense. Also, a huge amount of Mandela effects jumped in them.
Right.
And one day we should talk. I have a whole bunch of stuff on Above Top Secret, but that was like a year a comet hit.
Right.
The whole Earth was destroyed, and a bunch of us were like, no, let's give him more time. And then we started again. It was like a reset. So a lot of Mandela effects, all this stuff happened in 2012.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I gotta explain
you
it later.
That one, Princess.
That's not in Joni's thesis yet.
Well, I gotta show the thread and go through it bit by bit. But basically,
let's do a couple of videos on that.
2012, like probably like 40 or 50 of us all had the same lucid, not a lucid dream, but basically a lucid vision. Or we were transported to somewhere where this comet hit the Earth. Everyone was destroyed, but a bunch of us. And then we looked at each other like, oh, no, they need more time. They need to have more. You can't just destroy them. So basically, it was like a reset. Went back to 2008. It's very complicated, but I can go through.
Well, whatever you guys did, you screwed up. Because that's when all my
That's what I thought too.
You forgot
that's
about.
What I thought too. I'm like, we should just let it go. I know. I thought the same thing. I'm like, we should have just let it go. But
no, because I needed to. I had to have my Kundalini. Otherwise, I could possibly be soccer momming myself again in t-shirts or something.
Soccer momming.
Yeah, no, but we'll get into that another night. But it's very deep, and there's it's a global thing. But it was when the Mandela effect started as well, because it was a reset, and it was like a rewind. But I'm sorry to interrupt. We'll get into that another night when it's like near the beginning. So I can go through the whole thread on Above Top Secret, how it happened.
Yeah, this seems like a interesting one to watch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was.
I'm telling you,
It was very hard pill to swallow because I was like, no.
We have only just begun. Do you guys realize that we're only just begun in this journey? I had to cover astral projection because most of you all wanted to know about it. As I was sort of doing my own polling, or what do they call that when they like poll interviewing, right? When you guys were coming in, I was asking you one by one what you were most interested in experiencing on my channel, and that's the number one thing I got from all of you was astral projection. So I had to switch all my gears to cover that first, because I figured there must be a reason why everybody wants to know this and how we're all coming together with all these synchronicities. This has to be a major reason. So that's the reason I shifted to astral projection in the beginning. And I still think it's going to be huge for us to know how to do that, to gain answers to a lot of questions.
It all ties in together, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, how cool is that going to be? All of us traveling together and as a big giant field trip. That's going to be so cool.
The best excursion ever.
Whose turn was it? Who was speaking?
I'm saying it will be the best excursion ever.
Yes, ever.
I think if you're going to do astral projection, I think you should start with mastering lucid dreaming first. I kind of feel like there's a little bit of a process that takes place.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we can specify that on my next on volume.
I mean, that's my opinion. Someone could disagree with me.
No, I like that. I actually taught that technique in one of my streams where you can just fall backwards or jump off something tall in your dream, and that'll automatically get you to out of body too.
I don't know about that trick.
Oh, it's cool. Just fall backwards. That's all you have to do. But you have to know you're dreaming. So that takes a little practice too.
Yeah, I just don't, I just move things around. If I don't like what's happening, I just go, nope.
Well, you need to.
I've changed all kinds of things. I started out small with one thing, and I used to wake up. I used to have to wake myself up and then fall back in it with things different. I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, it's possible to get back into a dream. I've done it before, but it's highly unlikely. But you can do it. You can. It depends on how long you've been awake, and
that's it. Well, it depends on how you. I think when it comes to these types of things, I'm not saying that everyone can't do it, because I do believe everyone does do it.
I think it's like a sixth sense. I think it's a developed sixth sense. Maybe not sixth. Maybe it's ninth or 10th. But I think it's a sense that we all have, but we have to develop it. And that's why I think we naturally have it when we're sleeping, because our spirit has to escape. We cannot handle the stress of being human and maintain our level of vibration if we don't go back and recharge.
Right.
So whether we know it or not, from birth, we've all been doing it. It's the question of can we consciously choose to do it and make it so that it becomes like breathing. So as humans progress and evolve more, this will become a sense just the same as breathing or smelling or seeing.
That's the goal.
But it's in its infancy right now.
Right.
It's just beginning because we're just being able to really communicate and learn about so many possibilities that were really hard to find. They were still there. The ancients still had them, but it took a lot more effort than it does now. So I believe that we are going to make leaps and bounds in humanity. And I think when we send out love to other humans like we are here in this group, we elevate all of humanity just by being ourselves, just by loving. And we will eventually, our children will be able to do this without any effort. So we're like pioneers. So that's
pioneers, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember, it's an imagination. And last time we had imagination, we were children. And so if we don't connect back to that child imagination, that's that's where you live in the in-between zone. You have to have an imagination. If you can't have an imagination,
That's what I was
dream in the daytime about, some girl or going on a date or getting that job. If you can't even dream about these things,
there's no creation.
But you have to play.
You have to start where you're at. So where are you? And then we'll teach you from there.
This is what I was talking about when I was talking about we have to bring the little kid in us back to do all these things. Because that's when we had our imaginations are at their best when we're kids,
Generative.
That's where we believe in things that we forgot when we become an adult, because we get caught in this rat race of fear-based society, and we're more concerned with paying bills and mortgages and whatever.
Your mind gets closed down. You get tunnel vision.
Yeah, right.
Well, the fear that you have when you're an adolescent and a young adult is the fear of rejection, and which is en masse right now. That's social scores. The fear that you have for the next two stages, which is middle age and elderhood, is an ego death, which is exactly what all of us have experienced.
I'm 63.
That's the fear.
I'm 63, and I say my ego is down around my ankles now.
You've conquered it.
Yay!
That's it. That's it. If we haven't conquered these fears, yes.
Yeah. It can creep back if you're not
careful.
Yeah.
All the time.
In a second. It's a challenge.
Absolutely.
But
that's part of the human experience. That's a big experience that we all have, like things that everybody deals with control issues. Everybody deals with fear issues. Everybody deals with, all these different human emotions. They're just part of the course. They don't ever go away.
Oh, I love being over 70.
We can spend
to help me across the road. Carry me shopping.
Great to tune in.
Jody, you're awesome.
Got about 4.5 minutes left in this one.
Let's do one more after this, and then we'll call it a night. What do you think? Or is it?
It's late.
Is it? Should we leave now? Or
it's been 3 hours.
Yeah. I guess we should. Yeah.
We'll do it again.
It goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. It's like
time goes by when you're having fun.
I know. Quick. I just want to keep talking, but yeah, you're right. We should probably end it, but. Thank you all for coming on tonight, man.
Thank you.
And celebrating my birthday.
Thank you.
That was so awesome.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, healers.
I don't know. It's gonna take me a week to eat all this. Look at that. Like, this gizmo, right? Yeah. Gizmo.
Happy birthday, healer of the healers.
Healer of the healers. Okay, I like it.
I love listening to y'all. Fantastic.
Thanks for coming, Joan.
Yeah.
It was good to hear your voice, Joan. I'm going to text you in a little while.
Okay, so next time we need to hear from Rainbow, and who did we hear from that came in? Rainbow, not Eli, was it Eliana? No, Elania? Is that it? I can't remember now. Let's see. Andrea. We haven't heard from Andrea. Okay, Rainbow and Ilaria. That's it. Ilaria. I want to hear from you guys next time.
Sounds great.
But yeah. So let's so the next few nights I'm going to be talking. I created a room called Mark's Room, and it's still there. I don't know why, because the first time I created it, it went away. But now it seems to be there. But if you guys can't see it, I'll create a new one every time. It doesn't matter. But we'll discuss more about manifestation. I really want to learn how to do that the right way. And
that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, yes, because I want us all to start manifesting this.
Remember the toddlers
tree of
throwing their
life.
jacket on the ground and your mom picks it up.
Right. Okay. So you're just telling me, Nike, let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, we're going to do the 369 method where you write your intention down. When you wake up in the morning, we're going to write down something 3 times when you wake up. It could be in a notebook, it can be a piece of paper, whatever. And then after you eat, not before you eat lunch, but after you eat lunch, we have to write down how our intention is for the something we want to manifest 6 times. And then before you go to bed, we're going to write down how you feel after you've already had that 9 times before you go to bed. And we do that until it happens. Basically.
About 30 seconds left. Oops, sorry, Susie.
Oh. No, I'll try that in the morning.
Yeah, just everybody to start doing it. Actually, I wanted to show you guys the image that Joan sent. Manchester Jones sent. She sent an image of it to me.
Manifest this image.
Yeah, manifest this image, right. I wanted everybody to see it. Or maybe we can just, let's see. Let's look up tree. I bet you I can find it if I search for it on Google. Okay, I just lost my Zoom. I'll open it up one more time just so we can come in and say goodbye. Okay, let's go. Tree of Life. Okay. Yep. See if we find it. This image right here. This is pretty close to the one she sent me yet, but I think hers was in color. So let me get rid of this. Wait, oh. What do you think about this? Is that easy enough to picture in your mind? Got a bunch of root structures and then a trunk and then a nice full tree above that. What do you guys think about that? Oh. Let me see. Right. So, yeah, let me look in that room. I have to go into our group to see that. So bear with me 1 second. Okay, there it is. Somebody must have this still open because normally, I'm not able to get back in that room right now, Joan. So, if you just want to send it to my regular messenger, let me see. See if I can. Okay, there's Joan Lee. Now, it's not showing up in our regular messenger window, so it must have been in that window that I can't access right now. So anyway, it basically let's work on let's picture this image for now. I'll make a official video tomorrow about it for everybody to see. But if you're watching this stream right now, think about this image, and then when you wake up in the morning, write down tree of life, maybe crop circles in the sky. Maybe that's what our intention should be, or that's what we want to manifest, is tree of life and any sacred geometry image seen as a crop circle in the sky. Maybe something like that. And then write that down 3 times. And then after you eat lunch, you want to write down, I want the whole world to see the tree of life in sacred geometry shapes in this as crop circles in the sky. Or then after that, before you go to bed, you want to write down 9 times. Write it like, I am so amazed and happy and grateful that everybody around the world is seeing the tree of life in other sacred geometry crop circles in the sky. And just say it with conviction 9 times and write it down 9 times. And let's see how it goes. Let's start doing it tomorrow. I like that idea. And then I'll put it, like I said, I'll put it on official video for everybody to see. And then I'll call it a new series called Manifestations. And then we can, every time we want to manifest something new like that, we can have a video series about it. That way everybody is on the same page. And let's see how we go. But how does that sound to everybody? A Pandora bracelet. All right, guys. Oh, hey, Lacey. It's nice to see you. Yeah, so anybody that's new that just joined or doesn't know about our Facebook group, it is Game of Scrolls. To wrap up here, we're going to send some healing energy to AJ or J-Lo. AJ Lo. She's actually the one who came up with our Game of Scrolls name, and she needs our help. She needs some healing energy from us. And yeah. And please join us at Game of Scrolls on Facebook and become a member there. It's free, and that's where we always collaborate every day and every night. We're not on YouTube. Love you all. Have a great night, great day, wherever you are, and your love beyond measure from here. And thanks again for everybody coming out for my birthday. That was so special, and I'm so touched. And it's the best birthday ever. And thank you for everything. And Game of Scrolls, right? Yeah, and if anybody takes if anybody sees any kind of sacred geometry or tree of lights in the sky, take a picture and let us know. That'd be cool. Love you too, Linda Lou. So take care, everybody. Good night. Thanks again for coming.